Yeah, so I don't know if I went into detail about this yet, but I'm sorry, like the words are escaping my mouth. Just having to even fucking having to even start this. But yeah, let me like just keep it going, not drag this out. So I started a new day job. I have to commute. Uh, I have to commute pretty far, a lot farther than I did my other day job. But like, I'm, at least I'm working on income that isn't like eating dirt and like getting money on the side from PayPal from like freelance jobs. So that works out. But
Wait, you had a job where you ate dirt?
I wouldn't say that I got paid to do it. More or less, it was one of the it was one of the unfortunate realities and like fucking circumstances that came from like
instead of working, I am eating dirt.
Yeah, don't grow up wanting to write about games, kids. Like, let me be your fucking example.
The struggle is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like the catch line of the week.
Oh god. Hats off to the people getting degrees and that kind of stuff, man. That'll go far, man. You guys got it. Don't worry. You guys got
and
this.
Of course, with my luck, as you guys can hear, by the way, I know it makes for fucking like amazing radio, but I'm so
radio.
Yeah, I'm so under the weather right now. So anyway, yeah, so I'm commuting away. Basically, I don't live that far from the city, but I'm commuting like in a way where, yeah, it's a little farther than my other commute. So anyway, so with that being said, there are a lot of traffic accidents, and I mean a fucking lot of them. But with that and in ensuing the traffic accidents are traffic jams. So I've had to leave for work even earlier than I normally do. So it's like I have even less, like I think I've gotten even more intimate in my shitty car than I've ever gotten. And I'm talking to like my car is shitty. Like the button that like fucking I use to activate like switching functions within my gear shift, the button will shoot and spring out sometimes, and then I have to look for it within my floorboard or under my seat. So
it doesn't shift your gears when it happens, though, does it? That
would
suck.
It basically I have to rest my thumb complete, like I have to hug it with my fist in order to prevent. And sometimes a button will happen, I'll be like, oh fuck, and then I can't switch gears or anything. So normally it's only a bitch for parking. But yeah. So there, I don't have hazard lights anymore because the button just pushed in. Basically just pushed in. I never got that repaired. Sometimes my dashboard beeps, and one of my windshield wiper arms completely broke off. So now I only have one, which thank God is for the driver's side. So that means anybody sitting my fucking front side, my passenger side, is just probably gonna be scared to heavy rainfall and think we're gonna die.
They get an awesome screensaver and nothing more.
Yeah. They get a Windows 98 ass screensaver.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, so yeah, and so it's not. I hate driving. I'm still trying to look into replacing my car. Just that's where I'm getting.
Your life sounds like the beginning of Falling Down. I imagine you as Michael Douglas with a briefcase and just fucking.
Dude,
I
almost did it. I almost reenacted Falling Down after the. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in said traffic jam.
Car
right?
It's like, nope, fuck this.
I'm in said.
Like, nope, done.
I'm in said traffic jam. I'm 45 minutes into it, and I finally get to the end of it, and I'm not kidding. It's still going on, and I'm like, I was wondering why I was seeing people like on the side of the freeway more often than usual. A fucking tomato truck, like, you know those trucks that carry like the trough trailers of tomatoes that you just see like sticking out?
That's
like,
not a thing for us now. I think that must be something around.
You guys don't
way.
have like fruit trucks or anything? Like we're
No, people don't eat fruit around here. What are you talking about? It's corn and potatoes.
No, but okay, like those, you know, those like 16 wheelers that have like not like enclosed trailers, but like
it's just like wood latticing on the side or whatever. Yeah.
No, it's like imagine like a cement truck, but like it's half cylinder.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? And then like it's like a trough.
Sort of.
Like,
we have kind of the same thing in like Quebec, where they do
so I think
some form of substantial agriculture out there.
Yeah, you know you do because they drive through Oregon, and you're on the same side of the fucking continent than I am. So
they don't have that around
no,
here.
wait, no,
Nope.
you're not. Fuck. Emma is the one that's
The
on the
other
same
way.
side. Either fuck it. Anyway, so yeah, it's filled with tomatoes, and it fucking flipped on its side, and tomatoes went everywhere on the road, and people fucking stopped their car and got out to get the tomatoes.
Yeah, free tomatoes.
Yeah,
of
dude, did they
course.
just
No,
stop that? I'm
sure.
not kidding, dude. They went to go pick a tomato and led to 2 fatalities.
Oh my god. Fucking dying over this shit,
Dude,
guys.
like, I don't know, like, I definitely know I sound like a terrible person immediately laughing about that, but you guys, okay, think about that.
Like that's Darwin Award.
Just
material.
imagine you shaking your head the whole time, like, nope.
Like, how do you, like, dude, how do you go out like that in 2014 in the obituary, hit by vehicle? Like, that's got to be an omittance if I ever fucking see one in an obituary. Like, I wonder if the family has to pay extra to keep those details out.
Yeah, like, please don't let anyone know this is the way it happened, guys.
Yeah, but like that's how you
He,
go
he
going
died doing what he loved, picking tomatoes.
off of the, like, dude, you know how
Petty theft.
like you know how somebody tells you to like fucking go cross a freeway, and they're saying that facetiously as in fuck you, like that's like it's like the equivalent, it's like the modern day equivalent of jumping off a cliff. So essentially, if this, like, I don't know about you, dude, like the struggle is real. I mean I've eaten dirt dog, but like I think I can fucking spare
Yep.
like the dollar and change for some fucking tomat.
Yeah,
if I
you're
need
gonna be
to.
fine. You're not doing fatality tomatoes or anything like that, so you're all right.
Oh my
Like
god.
fuck blood diamonds. I'm talking about those blood tomatoes. Like people died for these tomatoes. It's currency.
I
Damn,
Like-
you need to move.
yeah,
You need to relocate.
when you live in a place where the price of a tomato is your soul, I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
Wait,
that's
hold on.
some straight up Fallout
still, I'm
shit.
still processing that Andrew's the one that told me the move. That's when you
I know, man. Yeah, like we ain't got people trying to die on no highways for tomatoes around here.
Dude, that's just like I've seen some shit, man. Like I've seen some shit in the city. I've seen some shit like California is a very strange place, even in the Central Valley. I mean, everybody, but you know, it's also pretentious. Everybody feels the need to distinguish themselves as this like fucking wild spirited eccentric that doesn't play by the rules because they feel like it's inherent to being a citizen of this fucking overpriced state. But I mean, it that kind of comes with the territory because where else are you going to hear shit like that happens? Like New
That's
York, some shit can possibly happen like that. Where else? Fucking California. 2 people, like 2. I noticed that there's more than one asshole. Fucking, like, that means somebody saw somebody get out of their car. They're like, oh, dude, this guy's got the right idea. Like, I better.
Yeah, oh shit, man. Free tomatoes. Get out. Get out of the car. Go.
Yeah, like, this is fucking a free-for-all, dude. This shit, like, Black Friday came early. Like,
Oh lord.
uh,
I was gonna say people should die on that day, but that's wrong. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I'm asking for trouble if I say that.
Yeah, you are. I
Yeah.
mean, you technically said it, but, you know, who's
I did, but yeah. Oh.
Well, speaking of people being broken,
Ah.
thank you. Yeah, so video games, man, they fucking suck when they're broken. I mean, it doesn't matter how good they are. It's a really, excuse me, it's a detriment to the enjoyment of the game. And we're gonna talk in detail about this, and we're gonna definitely go ahead and, I don't know, kind of go into whether or not we get our shit together. Because I don't know about you guys, and we can definitely go about it more in detail. But I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like 2014 especially, and I understand that it definitely has to do with like the new generation of hardware. But even on a PC front, like I think the demand is kind of like, it's kind of grown into a beast that hasn't exactly benefited the world of video games, and we'll go at that in detail. So yeah, without further ado, Press Pause Radio episode 91. Tomato free. Let's do it.
Let's do an episode and then let's try to fix it later when we find out that it's messed up.
Yeah, like technically,
I guess you kind of do that when you edit, right? Like that's just patching the episode.
I do. I patch the episode.
Mhm.
I like that. Like a lot goes into the production. You have no idea just how much of like James's shit gets cut out.
How buggy it is. Yeah,
Like
it's
James
pretty
was
bad.
on the last show, and like nobody.
It totally edited out. Yeah, it's been that way for
edited
like
out.
the last 6 episodes.
Oh man. No, James is on break, so and that's fine. And Stevie is ready to hop on board, but man, that fucking UK bastard, we can't like everybody just dude, it's a busy time. We're gonna try to get as much content as we can ahead of time before we go on to our Golden Zonkies, which will be the next venture that we tackle. And then after that, it's like we're gonna take things easy. We're gonna go with the Games Club because the last Games Club we did was Wolf Among Us. So we need something that everybody can play, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the holidays there'll be something that we can.
I think by the end of the holidays, Telltale's gonna have another game out probably.
Yeah,
They're churning that shit out faster than we can keep up with.
yeah, that churn and fuck, Hey, but without further ado, man. So we've got that sultry fucking dude, this guy is our sex appeal. He's definitely the Antonio Banderas of the show. We got Sarah, man.
Oh, you're a fucking liar. God damn
Nah,
it.
man, it's sultry.
Sultry, dude. Like, you got
Never.
like,
No.
dude, come on, don't sell yourself short. Like, you're.
I'll sell
handsome,
myself
tall.
tall, but
Yeah, exactly. You're tall, dark, and handsome, dude. Like, you're literally those things. Like, it's funny too because like, I'm looking like at some pictures from PAX, and then like I saw the one of us with Aaron and Sarah from Sunken Treasure Games, and everybody, and like I just look like this wide-eyed, dark-circled monster. Fucking like I don't know, man. And then like, so the word is that we may have 2 panels in the running. Fucking keep your thumbs crossed. I think that's how that works.
Yeah,
What?
so
Okay.
good.
I guess that's stuff.
Fingers. Fuck me, man.
There we go.
Keep
That's
your
better.
fingers crossed. I
can do that.
I knew that, you fucking assholes. Anyway, but yeah, me and Seth Macy have a little panel project of our own that we're trying to get going, and then Press Pause Radio should also have a panel, and then the other plan is we're trying to go to MagFest. That's still tentative. There's so much shit going on, but yeah, that's what we've been working on, among other things. But yeah, so definitely trying to do that, and as I mentioned, yeah, like I don't know if I'll be much prepared for convention season like next year, dude, because like I just think I like asked out. Like I think I almost did every single one this year.
Yeah, like eventually you're gonna get to the point where you're like, I just need to stop doing this for a second.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
And they just keep on adding more conventions.
Yeah, dude, right? So and
Yeah.
like PAX South, I'm not going. I don't think no, we won't go. Maybe next year. I kind of want to see like
Where it goes.
I'm product
first.
testing it like from a third party. Like you chumps go and tell me how it is.
I would, but Texas is so hot.
Yeah, no, dude, that's like the only, well, yeah, it is actually really hot, but I don't mind the heat, but like there's nothing good about Texas, but I'll take heat over shitty snow, like any day. I really would.
You and me both.
Yeah. And, speaking of like our temperature sensitive friend here, we've got the other handsome man of the fucking group. We've got Andrew, you
Hi.
devil. How you doing?
Seasonal depression is a real thing.
You know what? I read that it is.
Oh, dude, yeah. I think if you live in Ohio, I think everyone that lives in Ohio suffers from it. Like they might not admit it, but I'm sure it's got to be a thing. Like we're super upset all the time and just bummed out.
When you go north enough that half of your year is dark, yeah, it's a pretty big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, it happens. I don't know. I feel like working holiday and retail on top of it it doesn't help anything. You know, you just kind of just want to put your head down and just hope you get out to the other side. Like, just let's get through these couple of months. Let's get back to, where we don't
Taking
want to
it
have
easy.
to destroy
Yeah.
people. Oh man, yeah, it's rough stuff. But
If only.
if anything, I'm just sad that I'm so like just busy with like the real life stuff that I can't do what I want to do. I can't play games. There's so much out right now. There's so much I want to play. I just can't do it. There just isn't enough time. Makes me
Yeah,
sad. I think I just want to kind of just retire for like 3 months and then go back.
I was just telling Sarah, like, I haven't even been able to play Destiny in over a month. I've been able to play a shitload of games, but like,
Mm-hmm.
they're
For realsies, nothing
Yeah.
for funsies. Yeah. That's
Even then, I've
crazy
been having
times.
a pretty hard time finding the time to play anything for realsies, to be honest. I don't know.
You got a couple
So-
things you've put out already.
So much is just weighing me down right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pain in the ass.
It's crazy stuff.
Well-
But hey, we're all together, and that's all that matters. We're all happy,
least
right?
there's that,
That's,
yeah.
Yeah, I found out another bit of news. So you got, so I think Andrew may already know about it. Depends on how hip he is to following the entertainment.
Dude, I'm always hip. Check me out.
Yeah.
son.
Dude, so
I see what you did there. Nice.
so found out what the movie was that Corbin Burnson filmed here in my hometown.
Oh shit! Is that on DVD yet? Can I go buy it?
You can't. It's out. You can. It's Christian Mingle, the movie about Christian Mingle, and how about a girl
what?
uses Christian, like they use Christian Mingle in the fucking movie, and how
Damn.
she finds her, she uses it as a mean to find love and maybe something more, and she starts out like this like fucking frustrated single woman. Dude, it's ridiculous. And like the worst.
See,
and funniest
George is
part-
allergic to that bullshit.
Oh well, no.
Yeah,
It's
funny.
just, dude. Even the trailer is just so bad. Like I am going to definitely list the trailer, and you guys can see my town. Like my downtown is in the trailer and everything. The funniest part though is I know for a fact because like I accidentally went there and I was basically shooed away by like fucking officials and police. But I'm definitely an unintentional extra in that movie. So now I
Yes.
get to say I'm in
gotta
that
track
fucking
that shit
movie.
down. Gotta
It's-
track it down.
Oh god,
I'm
it's
gonna
worse.
add that to my Amazon wish list.
Yeah, no, dude, wait till you see the trailer. Like, and it's funny too because they use like they use my favorite bar. They walk by my favorite bar. They walk by where now the new comic book shop is. They walk by the cookie shop. They walk by all our favorite thrift stores and antique stores. It's really bad. They even walk in like the fucking cuts, and they go around there. I don't even know. I don't even know what fictional or like what they're trying to pass Turlock off as. I really don't know. And
Yeah.
see, like to me, oh man, Turlock is barely Californian to begin with, in my opinion. Like Turlock to me is like the Springfield of Simpsons. Like it's just this really shitty slice of Americana that's fucked up in all its little ways.
See, from my perspective, I mean, small town USA is more or less interchangeable anywhere you go, right? Kind of.
More or less, yeah. Oh shit, he wrote and directed it too. Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit, man. Oh, fuck. People who like that movie also like The Tree That Saved Christmas. So, just saying that. Damn.
All right, man.
I'm looking for your name in the cast.
I
Where
don't
is
think
it?
because I didn't sign off on anything. Would I have to sign off on anything?
I don't
think
know,
you
man.
would.
Has your SAG card showed up yet?
Because I may have been cut out, which I would really like to have been cut out.
They probably just use like actual
on the cutting room
Facebook,
floor.
and
Yeah,
it's
'cause, like-
yeah, Turlock, and oh yeah, there's the guy. Tell by his hair.
Yeah,
His
fuck
glasses.
that guy.
Like, wow, who's the gnarly dude in the background? That's our
Holy
friend.
shit, dude! Is that Beekman from Beekman's World?
But with a beard.
Yeah, I'm part Beekman and then I'm part I think his name is Ratfink in there too, or Rat something.
That's what people start calling you Beakman with a beard.
Beekman with a beard.
Beardman.
Beardman.
Yeah, but dude, it would just sound like they're saying Birdman with a terrible accent. Beardman.
Yes.
Like they're just Scottish. He's Beardman.
Gosh.
What are you doing there, Beardman? Why don't you flap your wings? See, and I'm too sick to do
Go
it.
home.
Scottish
Get in the
Sarah is the
shot.
best Sarah.
Get out of here.
Sarah, you know what? We've caught up to you too, dude. We now get to do Thanksgiving, man. We get to catch up to you fucking Canadians.
Bonus.
Good times.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stoked.
Be
but-
sure to pull a boonga boonga. Have fun. Enjoy.
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, what do we got on tap for news? So let's see what we got on tap for news real quick. This is probably the most unprepared podcast we've
Yeah, but
yet.
news. I don't know. I haven't really. I think once all the games come out, that's kind of it, right?
Did you
Yeah,
guys
really-
hear about the Alienware console that they're trying to?
Yeah, there's
boxes,
new
yeah.
Alienware Steam box.
The various Steam boxes.
Which the big model looks pretty good. The
I
lower
just
one's
don't-
a little anemic, but you know.
I was talking to someone about this today. Actually, I just don't know who the Steam box is really for, because if it's for people that don't really know a whole lot about computers, because that's kind of what it makes me feel like. It's basically for people that don't want to build their own PC, but they want to have PC games, but they want to play it in their living room.
I don't know.
If
I think it's.
If that's
more-
the case, then people that don't really know about computers don't probably know about Steam boxes either.
Well, more. I think more. It's for the people that want the high performance PC flexibility in a tiny form factor, so that they can just kind of bring it anywhere. You know, like bring it into the living room, bedroom, whatever.
You might be right. Yeah, I just feel like if people wanted to have that, PC quality, they're probably just building a PC already.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like the Steam boxes in general, not just the Alienware one, but just the concept of the Steam box is just for people with disposable income. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
basically people are like, hey, I want to
it's-
have my gaming PC, but I don't want to move it into my living room. So I want a smaller one that I can have in my living room where I have my, I got my computer where I want it to be.
It was
you
called.
know.
It's called the Alienware Alpha, and
Yeah.
I think it's called the Alpha. And basically, like it's more than just a Steam box. So I mean, it's touted to be able to play like higher tier PC games, like the stuff that you'd see on modern consoles as well. So it's not just Steam by a long shot. They want you to play like actual games, like downloadable versions. Obviously, there's no drive on it, but I mean, I guess you could put like a USB drive into it or something, right? But it's powerful enough to play all of these big tier games.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I mean, okay, so the box is being marketed to where it's especially consumer friendly and accessible in terms of like what it's able to do hardware wise and performance. But that price admission, though, like it's like going to be what is it going to be? Well, actually, I don't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's like $475 or $500.
Yeah, about $500, like at
Yeah,
the entry
starting
level.
out.
And I mean, it's even good for like media creation. So like if you're going to use like Sony Vegas and like FL Studio, stuff like that, it's going to be especially good at the lower end. But if you want to play the big name games, like the AAA titles that are coming out throughout the year, you're gonna have to spring for at least the third tier, if not the fourth tier entirely, because you're gonna want to have a quad core processor, right? And the first two tiers only have dual core.
Well, even then too, like I don't like that. The thing that troubles me about this, and like honestly, the thing that's troubled me about Steambox in general, even like when we last recorded about it, is just how like what are the what's going to be the process to upgrade these things? Like if it's
Can
going to
you
be to the
even,
point,
though?
yeah, can you exactly? Because like that's the thing, that's the beast of PC gaming. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't, if you're going to emulate it to the highest degree that you can. I'm going to assume that that some of that territory also comes with like adapting these boxes.
Yeah.
From what I understand, you can even upgrade the processor in these things. So I don't think that that's as much an issue. Like, I'm pretty sure you could switch out the 8 gigs of RAM for up to, 32, I guess. They have 16 gig DIMMs.
That's crazy, though, to have it so
Yeah,
compressed, though, but still have it fully customizable.
Well, that's why it's as expensive as it is, you know?
Because I was talking to a friend about it today, and, we were kind of assuming that maybe, I haven't looked at the actual thing, corner to corner, but I assumed that maybe, like, he was saying that maybe like they minimize the amount of stuff you have hooked up to the back. I mean, obviously, someone that's not really PC savvy is going to see a PC and have like a million different hookups, like USB 3.0, and there's different like things to plug in, and like we assume maybe the Steam box would be like HDMI port and power cord and go. That'd be it. But
I think it's a granted that you're not going to have like multi-screen support and stuff on there, right? But
yeah, like crazy PC stuff.
Yeah, if you're gonna chuck it into a TV, though, I mean, it's like the higher tier even supports 4K video. So
yeah, it's just great. It just shows that Steam, as integrated as Steam is now into just everyday culture. It's not just gaming for like the hardcore. Like everyone knows what Steam is now at this point. So much so that they're developing hardware around it now. It's crazy.
The mobile app is incredibly intuitive. Like it's so funny. Like I almost open the Steam client just specifically just to play the games, and I do all the micromanagement and shopping off of the app.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it shows you how far they've come along with Steam and how far behind other apps are, like Origin and God, Uplay. Oh, Uplay. What are you even doing? It's pretty bad.
Oh God. Yeah. At this point, anything that's like got the fucking Ubisoft, they're those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
dude.
like I started playing Assassin's Creed Unity on Xbox One, and they wanted me to download the app for Uplay, and I refused. I didn't want to do it. They're like, it's kind of like forced upon you. Like, you have to do it. They're like, you have to download Uplay. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. Like, well, you get stuff in game if you do. I'm like,
then your console just spits the fucking CD back out.
You're not allowed to play it. Sorry,
it.
No Unity for you.
You're already finished.
Dude, that's...
They should call it You Pray because you keep wishing it'd go away.
It should be called You Wish You Didn't Have to Use This.
It just should be you ... fuck you. Anyway, and see, that's the thing too is, okay, because like the one, I would assume it's like only Steam Market, but like okay, again, I'm gonna bring it up. Fuck you guys, I don't care. Just
oh Lord, you're gonna talk about Ouya, aren't you?
Yeah, I am gonna talk about.
You know what? Every now and again, I get this crazy idea in my head that maybe I should go out and try to find an Ouya, and then I slap myself and I say, no, it's not a worthy purchase.
Anyway, it is, but you can sideload it into it now, and I'm thinking, and that's all.
You mean like the
Ouya talk is done now? The Ouya talk is done.
Okay, good. I'm back.
We're back to Engage now. You can sideload. What? Sorry, side talk, sideload.
Anyway, you can sideload files.
I don't get it.
So what I mean by that is, like, say for example, you're working on a game for the Ouya. You don't have to just do it internally within the console anymore. You can sideload in from an external drive, or in this case, you can also get press copies and other copies like that in general. And it's been it's been done in a manner where I don't see anybody getting wild with the piracy of it. It's definitely helped out for emulation. That's definitely, like, I think that's its biggest use right now. But either way, what I wanted to use in segue to all that and why I brought it up is I wonder if the Steam boxes, because we never really talked about this either, and I don't, I'm really curious to see just how stock this Alienware, Premier Alienware version is, whether or not you can sideload PC games that are compatible to run on the Steam client. Because, again, I just want to know if it can do everything that Steam can do on a computer as long as the hardware is able to physically run the game and still have all the Steam functionality.
It's just a PC, though. That's all it is. Still running Windows 8.1.
But it does have a disk drive, yeah?
Not a DVD drive. I don't think it does. Anyways, I think it's just like the hard drive in it, and then you put in whatever other physical or like if you've got an external DVD drive, you could use that, for example, right? But like everything else would be downloadable only.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Like can you run stuff externally or
Yeah,
something like that? Yeah,
I can't see it being a problem because again, it's only Windows 8.1 that's running on it. It's
Yeah.
not like a custom
a custom OS or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought didn't they say the Steam boxes are going to be Linux?
Well, that's what I mean, right? This is a Windows machine. It's not a Linux machine.
Okay. Oh, this one in
Yeah.
particular, the Alienware one's Windows based.
That's right. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And that's
Gotcha.
why that's why it isn't specifically a Steam box. Like
I
obviously
see.
it could run it, but it is actually
But
a
you can
fully
do more.
functional PC. Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
optimized to really function like a Steam box because it's like it's built around capitalizing on enhancing like the big screen mode.
I don't even think so. I think it's built around the form factor of a console, but with the power of a huge PC.
I love that it ships with an Xbox controller.
And also, like the upper tier has a 2 terabyte drive built right into it, too, so there's quite a bit of space.
So I don't know, man. I don't think they should go with the Xbox controller anymore for PC gaming. Tell you what, man, I got a Razer controller recently. Man, that is awesome for PC gaming. I like it so much more than the 360 controller.
Is that the Sabertooth?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's nice. It's really nice. And like I thought, I was skeptical because I've been using a wired Microsoft controller forever.
How's the
And
how's the D-pad on that thing?
That's actually something I haven't really looked into too much myself. I
Ah.
mean, I do like the analog. The D-pad's kind of different because it's not like okay, so it's like kind of like how how the newer style 360 controllers have the D-pad that you can turn.
Mm.
It's kind of like that when it's turned in. Like you really don't even have like a full D-pad. It's just an up, a down, a left, and a right. Like there's no like in the middle. You know what I mean? It's
So,
actually
like-
four. It's actually four separate buttons.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
diagonals would be pretty hard to.
They're non-existent. I mean, like there's
That-
no diagonal to it. It's
that
just
sucks, man.
four buttons. Yeah. So it
Wouldn't work for me. I think I'll stick.
Yeah,
with
yeah, probably not. But
a third the cost, and the D-pad is awesome on it.
it almost seems like I like how like the buttons click like it's almost a mechanical keyboard. You know,
It's
like,
probably micro switched under there.
Which, speaking
Yeah,
of
so I
which,
mean-
I just picked up the Black Widow and the Tapia from Razer, and I love this fucking setup now.
Razer's got some good PC stuff. So I mean, hell, man, if Steam ever decides like fuck it, we're making accessories too, like shit.
If they
I
had-
think they
I'll
showed
do it.
that with the Steam controller, and
They have the controller, yeah. We'll see how that goes. I haven't even got hands on with one of those yet. Has anyone else?
no,
No. Okay.
I need you to loosely define quote unquote hands on with what
Yeah.
we saw as the Steam controller. Where the fuck am I supposed to put my hands on exactly? If you fucking get my drift, because yeah, what you get it? You get it?
No, I don't.
It's like that.
I think
is
I
it still
follow.
that weird touchpad like controller?
I think
Well,
they
the drums?
changed
Is
a bit,
it?
but,
Oh, they changed it.
a little bit.
All right,
Oh.
irrelevant joke is irrelevant.
Gotcha.
now.
I was like, huh? Okay.
I
I
thought
see
you
what
were
you're trying
just
for, though.
alluding to the fact that you just don't have one. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway. Oh wait, bastard. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's really it. That's all that's happened. Other than like, it's not really newsworthy, and for the sake of the parties involved, I'm not going to go into too much detail. But man, when you try to do a viral marketing thing, and you try to put one over on like a crowd that's like pretty
Oh
savvy,
Lord. The
yeah,
10-year-old street Smash player.
yeah.
Yeah, it was too good to be true. But I mean, I don't know. There's like 8-year-olds that dominate at Call of Duty, so I mean, it's not really, something that couldn't happen. But yeah,
Yeah, I just, man, it's to me it was totally like, okay, the concept is believable. It really is. The follow through and the exploitation of it, though.
yeah.
Ugh, man, I don't know. Get your shit together.
Tell you what, man, that whole situation with Smash right now is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
freaking, you can't find the GameCube adapters. If you find one, like they're going for $90 online right now. It's ridiculous.
Just buy a classic controller. Like,
Well, like that's the thing. Like I think they have these PDP put out some controllers that are used like classic controllers if you have a Wiimote, and it's got the same button configuration and stuff like that. That's really all that matters. I think you just have to have the same kind of button.
Hori made a controller that's identical to the GameCube, except it's got a better D-pad on it.
Shut up. Oh wait, you talked about that once already. Yeah, that was last episode. No, that was that Gillis talking about that?
Maybe. I wasn't on
Last
the last
episode?
show.
Yeah, no, he was talking about
Yeah.
I'm still kind of indifferent about that one too.
I mean, it has the L and R buttons on the top that the regular classic controller Pro would have had, but otherwise, yeah, it's the exact same shape. It's got a turbo switch on it, which if you use that, you're a chump. But but yeah, I mean, it's a good alternative for people that can't find or don't want to pay $100 for that stupid adapter.
Just to play with the GameCube controller. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to play with my Wavebird, but for $20 piece, an accessory that Nintendo just didn't make a lot of them. It's just like the Circle Pad Pro when that first came out. You just can't find them because they didn't make a whole lot of them, and people go nuts like, oh god, everyone wants it now. But I don't know.
I'm really curious. Like, the game is selling fucking bonkers. In fact, should we just jump into what's in your console?
What's your plan? Sure, seems like a good transition.
All right, yeah, fuck it. Let's go into what's in your console. So here's the thing.
Hey guys, remember when we said the Wii U wasn't worth buying? Yeah. I guess we can change our mind on that now.
You guys are fucking salty. It's always been worth buying.
I doubt that, dude. Honestly, if you would ask me last year if a Wii U was worth getting, I mean, with the exception of 3D World, I've been like, nah, there's nothing other than 3D World. But now, holy shit, like they've got. Like I think they've got the best system right now in terms of next gen. I mean, the backwards compatibility, the titles that are coming out for first party, like it's just
I don't know. I don't feel good about giving them that until Sarah goes and buys one, or at least wants to. Like Sarah is like, okay, you know how like you look to a groundhog to see like
to see if it sees a shadow, like should I, shouldn't
exactly.
I? Yeah.
Like I know it, we all know it. But when Sarah
Sarah buys a Wii U,
choice,
you know the future is now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like
the trendsetter will show you what's real.
Oh god, dude. Hyrulean Warriors, fucking Mario Kart. Okay, so I haven't really been able to get down on that Smash Wii U. I haven't, as sad as it sounds. In fact, funny enough, I've only Amiibos. Holy shit, Amiibos are selling probably harder than Skylanders. Harder than it's hilarious.
It's just like when they came out with the Pokemon Rumble Blast figures. People were buying them and didn't even own the game. They were just buying them because they were like, oh shit, Pokemon. That's all it is. They're like, oh cool, I want to buy a Link figure or a Mario figure. What's this for? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a cool figure. Like we had people buying like hella Pokemon or Pikachu figures just because Pokemon was out. It has nothing to do with the game whatsoever. There's like, oh, a Pikachu figure, that's cool. I'm gonna buy it. Don't even own the system, don't even own the game, they don't care.
I mean, I might get on board with the Amiibos maybe, but I mean, as it stands right now, they're still a little too expensive for me to say, oh yeah, I'll buy them all. But I don't know, I might be selective about it at first and see what happens later.
That's kind of what I want to do. I just want to buy the ones I think I'll use. Basically, I'll buy an Amiibo if it can be used for multiple games. I don't want to buy one that you can only use in Smash.
I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to put them on my wall. That's it.
So you're one of those. You're one of the collectors.
Well,
I'll use it. I've got
action figures all the way around the ceiling of my computer room, and actually, I've got to shuffle them around because of reasons which we can get into a little after. But
I don't know if this is like intentional. Like I don't know if it was just like a production error or anything. But did you guys see like the dual arm cannon Samus?
Samus,
yeah. Which, if you ask me, that looks badass. They should
It does
totally
look
do that
badass.
in a game. Like,
Yeah, fuck it, man.
that'd be
Just
sick.
I'm shooting out all the time.
Yeah,
Bam.
who needs to make fists or have opposable thumbs? Fuck.
Yeah,
All
forget
of
it.
that.
Make
Nope.
make a Metroid run and gun. That would be awesome.
That would be cool. Like, oh man.
I can't process you saying that when you don't like Super Metroid, so I'm gonna move on.
Well, Super Metroid isn't a run and gun. It's a side-scrolling adventure game.
That's a perfect game. Anyway.
It's a pretentious.
Like a Sin Punishment Metroid game would be pretty dope.
But dude, have you guys seen some of the sweet user modifications that have already like it's like
The creepy villager one.
oh, with the
Yeah.
fucking bloody axe.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Yeah. But I
Um,
don't know. I've been playing. I played a little bit of Smash on Wii U. It wasn't something I've picked up yet myself, but some friends got it like the day of, and we kind of hung out and played a little bit. And man, game's good. Like the good thing about Smash on Wii U is it feels so balanced. Like it doesn't feel. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of didn't really enjoy Brawl, and I think Melee is probably the best they've done in terms of Smash games until this one.
Agreed.
But it feels like it's a good balance between Melee and Brawl. Like it's slowed down, but not too much. It feels super balanced to me. Like every character that you think's overpowered has some kind of a flaw. Like everyone obviously knows about Lil Mac. Like he's super powerful on the ground. You can't stop him, but he has no air game. Like if you can get him off the stage, he's done.
yeah, and honestly,
Like, no recovery whatsoever.
I can care like, dude, like I know Gil is really hypercritical over Little Mac still being
Yeah.
too powerful, but like his air game, dude.
Well, actually, Gil would probably be a good one to talk about because I know he's super hardcore about the game, so he'd probably know a lot more than I would.
Yeah,
But like
he's been-
I'm maining Meta Knight, and I love Meta Knight, and he's not as powerful as he was in Brawl, but he still has like if you use his toward B attack, and you can control it, you can kind of take it where you want it to go. But if you're not careful and you go off the stage, you don't have recovery. Like you can't jump, so you gotta be really careful how much you use it or spam it. Because if you do it and you go off the stage, like you're done. It just feels like there's a counter to everything in that game. Like it feels like almost any character you use could be potentially really good if you know how to use it.
Oh man.
It's good though. It's super good. We played that for not long, couple hours. Obviously, my situation now. I have a curfew. I gotta get home before baby wakes up and stuff like that. But from what we played, I was super enjoying it. Like it just reminded me of playing it on GameCube. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and even then, like, just all the content that they throw in, because it's not even like just the polish of the actual like dynamic of the formula over the years, and then like them basically finally able to find a right speed for it and a right technique, and basically all the little tricks and nuances. But basically, what was I gonna say? I think like I haven't been able to really get too much involved with it, but I believe the Wii U, because again, I probably sound like the worst excuse of a video game enthusiast, and I could give a shit, but it's like it's unopened, it's right over there, it's on the shelf, and like I can't find. I'm too busy like getting down.
It's
on
never
other
a game that
games.
you want to play by yourself, though. It's like a game that you play with people. It just seems like, if you have it, yeah, but you should have people to play with. It's a party game to me. Like it'd be weird to play that game solo. It's like Mario Kart. Like I can't play that game just solo. Like people have to be over to play and stuff like that. And actually, I was gonna say we were watching it. We were playing it and kind of looking at it. It looks good, but like I don't know if it's just because like you have to keep the frame rate a certain locked in a certain thing for a fighting game, or if it's just like with so much going on the screen at one time with multiple fighters or the stages being interactive. It looks good, but man, like we were just sitting there looking at like just thinking how amazing Mario Kart actually looks. Like just kind of comparing the two and just being like amazed at how amazing something like Mario Kart looks, compared to Smash Bros. Like it looks great, but Mario Kart, man, just I don't know how that game looks so damn good. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you guys got to check around? Like, have you gotten your hands on the new DLC? Have you messed around with fucking?
I own it, but I haven't actually tried it. Yeah, like the
So
league
actually,
stuff.
yeah, that's the thing. That's what's in my Wii U right now. I went back to go play it, and
Mhm.
like, I don't know what it is. I want to go back and throw in Double Dash too, but like the Yoshi track seems way more sinister. I don't know if it feels bigger too. Like it's longer, I think, and there's just like the curves are way more dangerous. As far as I would say that in Mario Kart 8, it took me like a little bit, but I had to power slide every curve. Like every single turn was just was basically power slide or drift, like just so I wouldn't fly off the track. And I mean that shortcut is still there, the one that connects the gap between like Yoshi's leg within because the track in itself is a silhouette shape of Yoshi. Um, so that was really well done. The Excite Bike track, is amazing in that it's still 3 laps, but it's the length of okay, so it's not the length, it's a lot longer, but imagine like the basic oval shape of like the baby Mario and Luigi track from Mario
Mm.
Kart Double Dash, but longer with a shitload of jumps. Like all the jumps and all the different obstacles. It really feels like playing like Excite Bike on the NES, like just reimagined into 3 dimensions. I mean, I'm not talking about like fucking Excite Bike 64. I'm talking about like an Excite Bike track. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fucking bonkers. And even then, like, I don't know, like everybody got so excited that when I hopped online, it was just fucking Link everywhere. It
Oh, I
was just
believe it.
Linkception. It was just Link, 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 and the personality and the touches that they gave him alone, were fucking great. Because like just the fact that for example, anytime he does like side flips or anything, he'll do a sword slash, like a spin, and he'll go yeah. Like there's so much personality and thought that was put into him, and even then the parts that he brings. Um, and if you guys thought the way they imagine Hyrule and Hyrulean warriors, like all the familiar locals of like Zelda lore was really good there. Like the Zelda track is pretty bonkers too. I will have to say though, it's definitely more fan service than it is like technical or anything, but it fits in really well with Mario Kart 8. Like Mario Kart 8, if they keep this DLC train going and like I'm pretty sure like what they've released so far and what's dropped has been a runaway success for Nintendo. Because
Mhm.
like it's still being played online like feverishly. I mean, and they've released more stamps. They've done more stuff with it.
Yeah, nice.
So
That's the other good thing. As long as they can support it and make it online a real thing, that's really been my only complaint about Nintendo in the last couple of generations of consoles, like just not embracing online or doing online the way it should be, and it feels like they're getting to where they need to be, like online, multiplayer, downloadable content, like substantial downloadable content, not just selling a bunch of shit that you either don't need or don't want. Like their DLC is for the price, I think it's decent, for what you get, and it really makes me hopeful for Smash. But I think they come out and say they weren't going to do paid DLC for Smash.
they were, and then like
Doesn't
and even
necessarily
then
mean
like
they won't do DLC.
Mewtwo's supposed to be paid DLC later. That's the thing, and like okay, can we? Because I don't think we really talked about that. How fucking silly was that uproar? I thought that was the stupidest thing. Oh, what? He's
There's an
practically
uproar.
$100.
Oh,
He's a
because you get it when you
reward.
buy both copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, that's stupid. He like
It's
that's one of the
it's not
smartest things
saying you
Nintendo could
have
have
to. I mean,
done.
you could buy the character. It's just Nintendo saying, "Hey, if you did buy both games, we'll give this to you." Like, thanks.
Exactly. It's
Ugh.
good faith in like the fact that people who did like without any intention, like without any incentive of reward other than getting the games
I
on
mean, hell,
full.
I mean, they gave us a free game when we bought Mario Kart. Like, that was awesome. I got Pikmin just for buying Mario Kart. Like, you can't. I don't know. Just I wish more, systems or publishers did that. Like, I don't get a free game when I buy something Microsoft or Sony.
But yeah, outside of buying like an annual membership, of course.
Of course, yeah. Which you don't even keep if you lose said membership.
Exactly.
At least for one platform. Yeah. Sarah ran away. I think. He got so upset about Nintendo Talk he just ran away.
No, I'm just kind of tuning it out.
That's fair. That's what you should do.
Sarah, why don't you want a Wii U yet? Come on, like the amiibos are cool, right?
Well, I wouldn't use them. Like I said, I'd just display them. That's about
That's
it.
cool,
So they
but
don't
is
have
it-
any use to me beyond sitting on a wall.
But Mario Kart 8's cool. Super Smash Brothers is
You know,
awesome. Did you
I'm
read
actually
my
kind
Bayonetta
of
2 review?
I'm kind of done with Mario Kart, dude. Like Mario Kart DS is the last one I played, and honestly, I couldn't care less
Oh, don't
about
let
the.
that bad one be like the last one you play.
It is going to be the last one I've played. I'm even trading it in. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Yeah,
You know, trading things.
exactly.
Oh,
So
man.
I don't know. I don't really dig Mario Kart anymore, and I don't know. Smash is kind of wearing on me a little bit. You know, like
Excuse me.
I played a hell of a lot of Melee, and I played a decent amount of Brawl, but I'm like, do I really want to play more of this? And not to mention, Nintendo's online services have kind of been shit
Oh,
for
but
the
not on the
longest
Wii
time.
U. On the Wii U, it's been great. Like, dude,
Mm.
okay, here's the thing, and there's been some
I
third-party
don't want to
games.
waste my time on it, is what I'm trying to say. Like, there are so many other games that I'd like to play, and Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and Mario 3D World and all of these Nintendo games that are almost carbon copies of other games are just kind of the types of games that, you know, at the most would be a mild interest, and as such isn't worthy of the time, the very little amount of time that I've got left.
Oh, man, but what about Bayonetta 2, dude?
Only exception to the rule, but I'm not buying a Wii U for one single game.
Oh, man, but what about Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze?
Ooh,
That's
no,
like been out for a
definitely
while.
not. Yeah.
I know, fucking doesn't even
Forget
like
it.
that game. Um,
Mm-mm.
but dude, I'm pretty sure Andrew. I think we got him when
NES
when Captain
Ultimate
Toad
Remix.
drops. I think we
NES
got him.
Ultimate Remix is coming
That's
out
the
on
one.
3DS, and that's what I'm gonna get.
I
But,
know. I actually I sat down with Nintendo
Yeah.
and got to talk to them about it and wrote a pretty lengthy feature about it on Retro Magazine issue 5 that's coming out. You guys get to see that. It's got I still don't know what the fuck is supposed to be on the cover of it, to be honest. Like I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's Metroidvania, and you see like Samus, and then you see like some gangly science geek Otacon looking fuck that I still don't know. So if anybody who isn't my boss that's listening to this right now can tell me, please, just so that way cause oh god, I don't want to be asked who he is. But yeah. And you know, Ultimate NES Remix is gonna have like I guess all the arguably good games out of the like the best of the games from those mixes, but there's still gonna be games that are leaving out. And even then, dude, like Dr. Luigi. Like Dr. Luigi's so good. And I can keep going. I really can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm sold. I got dude. At this point, I just want to trade stamps with Sarah. I just like I'm with you though, Andrew. I'm honestly like I'm on my Wii U or my PlayStation 4 a lot of the time. I've if anything I've been on my Xbox One, and I'll talk about that in a moment, for really just 2 games. I mean, other than like Shadows of Mordor, which I mean, again, well, okay, I take that back. Shadows of Mordor and Alien Isolation. But honestly, like the determination delegation involved with like getting those games on that platform versus the PlayStation 4 had nothing to do with the hardware. It was more or less convenience for a completely different reason.
Mm.
But yeah. Let's see here. What I was gonna say.
I'm kind of the opposite. I'm actually more on my Xbox One right now. Not really for any other reason than the games I've gotten recently most have been on Xbox One. You know, I mean, obviously Master Chief Collection, which I have not really played. I have a lot of games, just can't play any of the games because either, hence the topic, they're not working correctly online like they're supposed to, or they're really buggy and have issues.
Yeah, here's the thing, and like, okay, because I'm going to talk about, you know, without interfering too much with the topic at hand.
Mm.
I'm going to talk about like, you know, where the game does work, because like, you know, I got back into Halo 2, and like 3, like honestly, here's the thing, like 2 is like the granddaddy like fucker out of the 4 of them in terms of like making this jump, because 3 and 4 have already been optimized like significantly, or should I say they're even easier to optimize for like the upgrade. And then, they have the engine from Combat Anniversary or Combat Evolved's Anniversary. So and I believe that's what 343 just used. So Halo 2 is like the fucking new dog in the house. And for the most part, excuse me, I mean, it's swell. I dig it. However, and I think I have like a feeling that Halo Combat Evolved will also have the same kind of issue, because I want to say that they weren't 60 frames per second on, or that game wasn't 60 frames per second on the 360, was it, Andrew? I like vaguely remember Combat Evolved Anniversary.
I mean, I don't think it was. I could be wrong about that. I think it was more about the resolution than the frame rate, though, right?
Oh yeah, well yeah, they improved that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like those games initially, as we all know, were never 60 frames natively. They were 30 at best, I believe, right? Give or take.
That's honestly, I thought it was 30 still, but I don't know.
No, they're 60. They're 60.
Oh, you mean on the Master Chief Collection? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fucking awkward looking. Like that buttery real motion blur kind of sensation. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's really bad sometimes, and I'm like, it's almost like I'm looking for an option. I'm like, this needs to slow down. I don't like it. Like, I feel like I'm a refrigerator on roller skates. Like that just the sensation and the physics, like moving so fast. I don't feel like it's really cool, and oh my god, it's beautiful at times, but I don't feel like it's all that optimized. Like, I don't know. And like, I have yet to even hop into Halo 5 because it's been fucking weird. They've been weird about that, so it's not working. So I mean, I'm still trying to put that together, but as far as like the upgrades and the versatility of different options available, basically I can I don't know, I can safely say that it like the value alone of that game is incredible. And like 343, like I still believe that, especially after playing Halo 4, that they're the studio that's definitely like the one that should be in charge of Halo. Like, I feel like they're the ones that are most in tuned and most passionate about like the source material and everything that the game is to be about. But from what I've heard, and I don't know, like Giant Bomb was talking about, like Brad Shoemaker in particular, I don't know, man. Like, I think that like Halo may just be a product of its time at this point, as far like.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. Like we were playing it and went back and played old school Halo 2 multiplayer. And the first thing I did when we started playing was I tried clicking in on the left analog to run. I was like, oh shit, that's right. You can't run. Like,
dude, you got something. That's it.
Yeah, and then I hit left trigger and I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna zoom in. Like, nope, I threw a grenade. I was like, oh fuck, like what's going on?
Yeah, or that like automatic like head tracking aiming, like shot after shot. Yeah, like, and like, honestly, from a purist standard, because like, especially like on the heels of like still remembering the hours spent in Halo 3, I mean, I'm great with that. The base of the direction that I was going was, it's a product of its time, to where I like, those are the things that I appreciate about Halo, and it's really hard to kind of adapt that into like today's climate of first person shooting games. But when you mess with that formula and actually like you hardcore try to adapt it, like the sprint that they added in 4 and 3 was cool with me, and they have it in Reach too, and just like the formula, like I really like the way Reach plays. Like, Reach to me I
like Reach.
Reach to me is like one of the best Halo games aside from ODST, and like they're not even proper Halo games, that's the funny part behind all of it. But excuse me, but basically trying to like all those like dynamics that you've become so like intimate with and like instinctually went for are like have basically gotten like their own Halo take on them in 5, from what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing it's just it makes it really awkward, because it doesn't just like adapt completely over to that frame of mind. I'm sorry, that frame of playing. It basically it awkwardly juxtaposes the two worlds. But like, these were like little upgrades that were always peppered, like they were thrown on top of like an established way of playing. And now, like, it's funny as it may sound, and I know we've talked about it, and it may sound like the laziest thing I could just say, but I think, and fuck you guys, strike me down, but if you really want to play a good modern Halo game, just go buy Destiny. Like, the Master Chief Collection is a reminder that, like, it's an excellent way to go back and experience the games, but I think it's backfired. Like, and I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but from what I'm hearing and what I'm getting the feeling of, the the whole like the whole reason for it was just to get people fucking hyped and stoked about Halo 5. And
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, if they're in this many problems with online servers for this multiplayer, God knows what's going to happen when they do the beta for 5 in December. It's just, it's not a great time right now to be 343. Like they had, honestly, I knew for a lot of people that was like a system seller was Halo, and to not have a prime component of it, the online multiplayer, not able to really function as well as they would have hoped. I don't even know how severe it is. Like I have some friends that have said it's fine. I have other friends that said,
It's iffy.
it's terrible.
It's
It's really it's touchy, and it's just, I guess, to go in and play the campaign is one thing, but like they want Halo multiplayer, and I know even like the head of 343 even had to like issue a formal apology, like right before this recording, saying, this is like, it's gonna get fixed, and you deserve better, but it's unfortunate. I think that game was a big part of Microsoft's holiday. And, there's two games that are really a big part of Microsoft's holiday, was that and Assassin's Creed Unity. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. At least like with Nintendo, you're like, well, at least their games are working right now, So that's the way I look at it. Like, that's the only thing I've been playing really is Smash. I'd like to play the other games, but I just have no desire right now until things get kind of patched up.
Yeah, dude. And like I've been playing it, and I've been believe me, I'm having fun with it. It's definitely like anybody who's never like has only just heard about Halo or has like always had mild interest in it and never really got into it. Even though in my opinion, it's weird because the collection is missing my two favorite Halo games. But it's still a really good collection, and like I really liked 4. I still like 4. I think they did a good job with it, especially, with excuse me, considering that like it was really up in the air on whether or not they'd be able to like do a good job with it. So, like, I want to say that like, man, like, Master Chief Collection is it was an earnest effort, even aside technical problems aside. I feel like if anything, like the Halo games are at this point they're awesome, and now that they're nostalgic, weirdly enough, because like I like them for what they are, but it's like I'm in your boat in the same time, Andrew. Like I kind of got spoiled on like these like conventions that like we now get. And even though like I don't like Call of Duty, I mean Battlefield, yeah, and some other shooters, yeah, I don't like Call of Duty. And you know what's funny? I think I might go buy Advanced Warfare. I didn't think I'd actually say that I would, but yeah, I'm gonna probably go buy it because I'm hearing really good things about the single player. Aside from some of the more laughable things that they trivialize into playable fashion, like okay, this shit shouldn't be interactive context for you guys to fucking use that as a means to like engage the player. Like, that's stupid. But I don't know if it's stupid. More or less, it's like I don't know if it's condescending, but like I think like, God, what was it? They were comparing it to Heavy Rain when you did like stuff. I'm like, don't fucking make that comparison. Come on. You don't do in Heavy Rain what you do in Advanced Warfare. You can't. I don't know. Like, good try, those fuckers. But anyway, anything else you've been playing, dude?
That's it, honestly. Like I said, a lot I want to play, but have not had a chance to play, unfortunately. I do have the intention, if I get the time, which it probably won't be till after the holiday. I do want to play through both Witcher games because I'm super excited about Witcher 3. Like, really pumped about Witcher 3. And I'd like to play through the first two before that comes out. I know that might be an undertaking. The first one, not so much, but I know the second one's got it's got some like long playtime in it, so that's ideally what I'd like to do. But
Yeah, you got the review copy, right?
yeah, I'll be ready to go with that when it comes out in February. So I'm looking forward to it, and uh, I think my PC can run it, but it seems like it's gonna be pretty beastly from what I've seen. I'm also gonna have it on a next gen console. So
I think the best
yeah.
part about that whole thing is that like I without seeing you, I could just picture you sigh, turn and look at your fucking computer and be like,
I actually did. Yeah, I actually did. I looked at it and I was like, "You're just not going to be able to handle it, old friend."
oh man.
Steambox, here I come.
Right?
But yeah, no, that's pretty much it for me. I'm kind of interested to see what Sarah's been playing. I know
Yeah, I was
we've
about to
been
say,
kind of going on
Sarah's
about.
been too quiet, man.
We've been going on about stuff
playing.
that Sarah has no interest in for a while. So,
I am right there with you, Sarah. What is in your console, sir?
Well, as you probably already know, I wasn't on the show last time because I was at a convention. So there was a few things that were sort of gaming centric at this particular thing that we have every year here in Halifax. Although the gaming scene is kind of pants, so I'm going to have to fix that next year. But anyway, there was this arcade that they had going on there, and they brought in a 1942 cocktail table, which is amazing. And I managed to get the high score for the weekend on that. No one beat me. The first,
you're getting away some prizes too, man.
I wanted to give away a game, but no one could do it. I set the score at 155,060 points, and no one did it. No one was able to do it.
I think a 1942 cocktail table would be pretty fucking awesome.
I know. I kind of want to buy one and replace my coffee table with it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like, I do want a cocktail table of some sort, but I wouldn't go with like the traditional has to be Pac-Man or like some other like Atari game. Like, no, like something like 1942 would be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd probably go with like oh man, I don't know, like that or like a Ride-In or something like that. Like, I don't know if you can even pull that off, but
you might be able
awesome.
to. I mean, the cool thing about it, right, is that it supported 2 players. So like it wasn't like 2 players simultaneous. It's 2 player alternate. So you're basically competing with the other guy. But when the second player was up, the screen would flip over to the other side.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that must be like a custom deal or something, huh?
It might be. It's possible. Yeah. I know the screen was replaced, so they did a lot of overhauling on the display at least, but it was a legit board. It was an actual 1942 board in there. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to play. Actually, it was really really cool stuff. Yeah. So not much else. I mean, there's a few obviously the multi-cades that have a bunch of different games that you can choose from because it was all free play stuff, right? And it's played some 1943, which I've been playing a lot of TurboGrafx games and PC Engine games lately because I'm still in that contest for an EverDrive. And while I don't do a lot of... I saw
you posted about that too. You might want to maybe give people a heads up on that. So
you've been fervent in getting them votes, and like everybody be doubting you. Like it's always like, this motherfucker, dude, he's downvoting me. Thinks I ain't got what it takes. Thinks I ain't fucking bringing it to the table.
I don't understand. They put the reason as other, and I'm like, well, what's the other reason? Let me know, right? But anyway.
Dude, that sounds like my love life. Fucking all like, yeah. What?
What?
I just. It's not you. It's me.
So if it's not me, it's not you. What is it? Like.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna check this box, as in like I refuse to like answer. Anyway, go on.
So what was I saying? I was saying something about something. Oh yeah, the votes. You need like 25 votes on every score that you submit, right? And I'm still number 1 on all the scores that I've submitted, but I still need like anywhere between like anywhere between 2 and 9 votes, depending on what one we're talking about. But I should be able to pull it off. I'm right now in the lead by 6 trophies. 11, and my nearest competition has 5. So far so good. And yeah, it closes on the 20th. So like if you go to highscore.com and register and you go over, like in the slide, there's a button you can press that says waiting on votes. If you scroll down to the TurboGrafx sections, which there's like the actual hardware section and then an emulated section, I've got scores in both. I'm sort of double dipping because it counts. So I'll play a game on the actual hardware, and then I'll play the emulated version of the same game and get pretty much identical scores on both. And it's worked so far. So 20th of December, we'll see if I snag that EverDrive or not, and then I'll just dunk that into my Turbo Express. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Atari games because we did that review for Bullet Heaven where we did like a compilation of 10 Atari proto shmups, which they're Atari games, so there's not much to them, but it was still pretty fun to play them though. I also just got finished playing Sokyugurentai on the Saturn, which is a pretty phenomenal game. You can watch the Bullet Heaven on that as well. It's episode 113. It just went live like a couple days ago. Interesting stats on that particular review, actually. We've already got 43 thumbs up on it, and just over 440 views in 2 days. So that's working out pretty well for that particular review. Hopefully we'll break 1,000 within about a month. And outside of that, the only other thing that I'm playing right now, like for funsies, is Project Diva F2 on PS3. And
how is it?
It's good. It's as you might expect. I mean, they added a couple of new little things, like there's some star notes now that give you a combo if you can get a perfect hit on every single one of them. And there is double star notes now instead of just having like the 2 inputs at once for certain other button inputs. So other than that, like, I mean, the soundtrack is really good. It takes a lot of older songs from the PSP games and brings them to the PS3. So like, I think Dayruna said that there was something along the lines of like 20. No, that's not right. 10 to 15, I guess. 10 to 15 songs came from Project Diva's second on the PSP, right? Which is the one that she got at PAX East when she was down. And a bunch of them came from like the very first PSP game. So like people that haven't gotten on board just yet, or back then rather, can play the songs that would otherwise be harder to play nowadays with the lack of hardware or software, right? So, but yeah, no, it's good. I'm doing all right at it, which is saying a bit. So,
Yeah, because I have a buddy that bought the first one, loves it, and like I thought the second one, I didn't know if it'd have a lot of improved features or if it'd have a lot more to offer, or just be the same game with more songs. You know, I didn't know if it
it's
adds more to it.
more or less the same game with more songs. It does have cross-save compatibility, so if you have the
With the
Vita
first one?
version as well. No,
Oh, with Vita.
well,
Cool.
but you can import a bunch of the stuff from the first one, actually, like a bunch
See,
of the
that's cool. I like
costumes.
that. Like, that's the way it should be, you know, like
Yeah.
with music games, especially. I think that's
Yeah.
something
So
that they all
so
show
you
off
can
with.
use. I think we imported something like 50 costumes from the first game
Oh,
because it was on
nice.
the previous save, and then like you can cross save it with the Vita version because it's exactly the same game. So as you make progress on PS3 or Vita, it saves both ways.
Tell you what, something cool about the Vita version. I think the guys over at Sung and Treasures would appreciate this. If you buy the Vita version, at least the physical copy, it came with a Vice Schwartz card for Hatsune Miku.
Did it actually?
It did, yeah. Because
neat.
I saw a physical copy of it and it had one of the cards in there. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Of course,
That's
PS3
awesome.
version didn't have it, but yeah, I was like, I've never seen this outside of talking
Sunken
to those
Treasures,
guys
yeah.
at PAX last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying. I wanted to learn how to play, and I was fucking Seagrams. I don't think I learned how to play, let alone spell my name after drinking all that Seagrams. So,
Was there any
I was
Vice
kinda
Schwartz
useless.
at like PAX that they brought? Like
They brought decks, and I was gonna learn how to play, and then that didn't happen.
So like, are the Weiss Schwartz cards they have all in Japanese, or are there English variants to them?
Like I think they were telling me you could buy some with English, but like the sets that they have, most of them were in Japanese, but you could like they would like print off the English translation and actually like apply it to the card. So that way, for people that couldn't read it, they could like know what it does and stuff like that. This one
like
in
a
particular,
little insert into the card sleeve kind of thing.
yeah, like a little print off they can just kind of put in there, like put it like in the sleeve or whatever. But that game I did want to learn how to play, but I have a couple of decks at home myself, but I haven't gotten around to learning yet.
I should hit them up for some.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool that they had that as a promotional thing, like inside. I was like, that's really cool. Leave it something like Hatsune Miku, like to actually have like even more obscure game within its game.
Well, that jazzes me up a little bit because I've got the PSP or the PS Vita version on hold. I'll have to.
There you go. Yeah,
check it out.
We're checking it out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything else that I've been playing though, so I guess that's it.
Well,
what about end of the year stuff? I mean, you got anything planned like before we kind of wrap up the year? I mean, I know you got a couple reviews you've put out. Anything else that's? I mean, can you tease anything? Do you have anything special planned?
No. Well, I've got Winter Dreams coming up. That's something.
That's what I was hoping for. So, yeah.
Yeah, we did Summer Dreams obviously in August, and that was the group of NG Dev and HuCast games that
amazing.
It's sort of tied into a live event that we did. This time around, it's not tying into any events because we don't really have the first off the time, but also the availability and with the whole rush happening for the holidays and
of course
and sort of like recovery period after that. I think the next one that we're going to have is like in March. But
I'm pumped about it though, because like I saved that whole like block as a playlist and just watched through all of them. Like it was super cool, and then of course the event itself. Like I'm telling you, man, like I'm gonna show up to one of these days.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, so it'd be so amazing.
Help out with it or whatever.
Just being a part of it, man. That's all I'd want. I just want to be around for it, man. It seems like it's so much fun.
Get up on the live stream and commentate. It'd be great.
I wouldn't even know what to say, but yeah, that's something we definitely gotta look into is like streaming some of those events because it looks like it's so much fun.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Winter Dreams is something that I got planned, and basically it's like you can see it on the Facebook page. We've got 5 games collected and selected for the event, and we actually got an indie outfit from Germany called Duranik on board. He sent over a copy of Sturmwind for review.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be stoked to fucking get in on that, man, to check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty slick. Otherwise, we got Twinkle Star Sprites, Mars Matrix, Bangai-O, and the ever elusive Border Down.
Wait, what?
For the Dreamcast, yeah, Border Down.
I'm familiar with that one.
Look it
Mars
up
Matrix
on eBay,
is
man.
my shit, dude. That game's amazing.
Sarah actually turned me on to that fucking recently. I didn't even know that.
Really?
Yeah,
dude, I know about that for a couple of years. That game is
Yeah, I felt pretty stupid not knowing about it, man. Like
one of my faves.
Yeah, we jammed on it at PAX actually. So.
Nice.
Too bad. So, but yeah, if you're interested in seeing what Border Down's all about, look it up on eBay and you'll see why it's such a big deal.
I will.
Dude. But yeah, that's about as much as I can divulge at this time. But yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Let's see. I mean, you guys obviously know I've been playing a lot of fucking Master Chief Collection. Playing a lot more Sunset Overdrive. Gonna finish that up for review. Really, other than that, man, I haven't really been playing all that much. I know there's something that I grabbed up the Hudson Greatest Hits Volume 3 collection for or not collection but release. It's basically their remake of Bonk's Adventure for
Bonk's
the Japanese
Adventure, yes.
Dude, it's pretty slick. It looks really good. Like the direction they went with the artistic style.
Nice.
It's weird in that it looks really futuristic. Well, not futuristic, Jesus. It looks really well done with like a modern filter over it. See, that's exactly what I wanted to say. I'm a poop. Anyway, man, this fever, it's just doing strange things to my fucking head, y'all. Anyway, but yeah, it has a really sweet looking filter, and even then, like they mess around with the physics just enough to kind of compensate for the lack of like a turbo option, even if you use like a turbo controller on your PS2. Um, basically, I have to say though, it's the same fucking game, dude. It's like the exact same. Okay, it's the same game, harder boss fights, like to the point where they're bullshit. Actually, I'll take that back. Bullshit. Like the bosses, I don't know how that they're just made bullshit, but like I don't know. I think it's pretty cheap to import now, so I would definitely do that. If
It's like it's round about what, like $30, yeah, thereabouts.
yeah, which no, actually, I picked it up for like less than 20. So
Oh, nice. Is it also? It's also on GameCube, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one that if you want to like fucking pay out of your butt, if you want to, if you just want to like eat all the horrible not made for your body chemicals, and then you can shit out your own kidney and sell it.
I think if you want to look at it this way, though, like I've got a boot disc for my GameCube, and to buy a Japanese PS2 will be at least $200. So, yeah, I think I'll take the GameCube version. In the end, it'll be cheaper because I want to get the Adventure Island one too.
Oh, there's an Adventure Island one.
Yes.
Well, wait, didn't they? Okay, hold on.
Takahashi Meiji no Bokenjima. Yes.
Is that okay? Is that the WiiWare one though?
No, it's a different one.
Okay, because the WiiWare one's pretty good. Like the one that was released actually like on Wii. So let's see. So yeah, there's been that, and I don't know, I kind of got actually into the original Bayonetta, like, and I actually finally like messed around with it even more, and yeah, it's also the definitive version. I can safely say that. Oh, fuck me. No, I totally forgot. There's other review games that I've been playing. Oh, I'm an asshole. Yeah, Legend of Korra. Don't do it. It's really bad. It's bad in the fact that it's really pretty and really bland. Like, God, what's that other achievement like boosting? What's the it's a game that helped me get over you. Like, Andrew, I'm trying to remember.
Fuck off, TMNT.
No, it wasn't TMNT. It was
fuck.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Burning something.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Whatever. We know.
I do know you played TMNT though, didn't you?
The movie one.
Yeah, I thought that was the one that you played that got you over.
No, it was Avatar. Is TMNT like
Okay.
super easy too?
Yeah, it is.
Is that why it's so expensive?
Possibly part of it.
It's actually like because I found it on PS2 and I'm like, huh, this isn't all that expensive. Then I looked at like because I heard it was super rare, but on 360, dude, it's like $80.
Yeah, I owned it on the Wii when it first came out. It was kind of a cool game actually. I actually kind of liked it.
I liked it too. Yeah, it actually did really well.
But I won't play it on 360 because I'm afraid people are gonna think I'm using it for achievement score.
At
this point now, fuck man, you surpassed me to the point where I'm like, I don't even care. I didn't care anymore.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So, I've been really weird aside from playing review games. So okay, Korra, the combat system is hardly like it's barely deeper than that game. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I really feel like this is Platinum rushing a game. If Platinum has ever rushed a game, aside from like fucking Anarchy Now, which that game's terrible too, like it reeks of like the indifference of like throwing heavy action into something as substance. It's just bad. Like I really couldn't go into it more because I really couldn't stomach like sitting through it and playing it. I have to get like you'll get the review with more details. The game I was like surprisingly like I was surprised with, and like it's something that I've always wanted to play, which is Binding of Isaac, and I've always owned Binding of Isaac, but I still think that that's one of the most ridiculous. Like it's so counterintuitive, especially considering it's not hard. That when it made the hop to Steam, and even then, like aside from Rebirth, the original still doesn't have this. It still had to go around and mess with Joy-to-Key. And I don't know about you guys, and I'm sorry if you guys think I'm idiot for not like figuring out how to configure Joy-to-Key, but Joy-to-Key is not user friendly at all. It isn't. And even if I do get it right, it has like to me, I feel like there's an input lag, whether you can blame that on my hardware or my controller. I say fuck you, because the controller works just fine when like the game has native controller support. So anyway, yeah, just being able to play with a fucking controller alone is great. And even like they made all these little other touches that like they can incorporate that doesn't take away from like the ease of playing the game on your PC. Like moving around your mini map, for example, to somewhere on the screen, you can just easily do by moving the touchpad or like swiping around on the touchpad. Like I think that game alone like also really inspired me to like use the share option. So I shared, like I uploaded, I haven't put it on Facebook yet, but like I uploaded like God, what I would may have had to have been like one of the best runs I could have had playing the game. Um, and all the new stuff that they've done alone, like it's, I don't know, it's definitely a really good roguelike. I can see why the game like had so much like fan acclaim when it came out. I just feel like it's playable by the masses now, as opposed to people who like were just enamored by the charm and like, you know, Edmund McMillan being involved to like, yeah, it's so great, but like it's a gross fucking game. Hilarious, yes, but I mean, it's like John Krasinski gross, like on a different level. And like John Krasinski can get pretty
Ooh.
fucking gross. The dude who created Ren and Stimpy, John.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like it's God. Like, what's an appropriate like degree of gross that I can like okay, like Happy Tree Friends isn't even gross. It's funny. Happy Tree Friends is funny, but I'm like, dude, it's like it's like poop shit farts for the sake of poop shit farts, and it's like all sad, and it's like a fetuses and abortion and like everything that's taboo and dark and scary, and like
And what's the whole reason why like Nintendo didn't want to put it out?
because
Was
it has
like,
religious connotations. It's
Yeah.
basically it's a reimagining of like, you know, the story of Isaac and like him like basically like being called as a sacrifice to prove like a martyr for the love of God, so to speak. Like, and again, don't quote me on it wholeheartedly, because you know my knowledge of biblical scriptures aren't fucking all that in
Yeah.
tuned at the moment. But yeah, it's a humorous retelling of it, and like just all the gross fucking crazy shit. Aside from like its insane difficulty, from what like I really like that they did is like they did all these improvements. So like now when you beat a boss, you don't just skip ahead. Because I remember you just skipped ahead to the next room. It actually like it gives you the opportunity. Like, okay, well if you fall down the shaft, you're going to the next level, but you can go back and explore other routes, because it's like it's always a random roguelike, but there are other routes, of course, that you can take that lead to nowhere or lead to secrets. So now like it actually gives you time to explore the level and have more fun with the game. And if anything, it also makes resource management a shitload easier. Plus, there's this other. I think this was in the original game, but I don't know. I felt like I was able to use it more. There's an option where, because you get like there's a fuckload of permanent boosts that like just hang on to you as long as you live, and then there's like a couple that are offered to you after you beat a boss. But in order to do that, you got to sacrifice a heart container. So, yeah, it's excuse me, it's been pretty fun to like just mess around with and play. I don't know, man. I would definitely like. I'm gonna have my review out shortly, and definitely touch more on that. I've been fucking around with like a lot of modifications too, where like when I do have the time to like do stuff, like the time that I would have had to like, let's say, play a fun game, it's very little. Like it was basically one night. I spent a lot of it basically fucking around with unfinished games, because like if you guys remember, we did that play over that Project AXSX, basically they're remaking Sonic Extreme, and trying to recreate it as authentically as possible to, excuse me, to just remake it as authentically as possible, to what like Chris Sen was trying to get out on the Saturn. I don't know. Me, Sarah, and Gil got to check that out. I think I was the only one that was impressed with it. You could see the video, but yeah.
Hey, I was all right with that. It was only Gil that was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he dude. Oh no, he shat all over that game like the moment it started.
I think he kind of just wants to do it with anything Sonic, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he likes Sonic. Like he has
No. I
repressed
think he's up. We gotta find out if he's like definitely not a fan of Sonic. It seems like so far he just wants to kind of make fun of Sonic, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Sorry, George.
Yeah, well, I was able to. Again, I was able to like. I've been fucking around with like other Finnish games. Fuck you guys. You guys always think I'm like some Sonic weebo. But anyway,
Not as bad as Mega Man.
not as bad. What's wrong with Mega Man?
I'm just saying, you have an unnatural fondness for the Blue Bomber.
I've been told that. I don't know what it is that suggests that. I always think it's Sarah who's like got it like hard and deep for Mega Man.
Yeah, I wear them on my head every day.
Yeah, there you go.
That is a pretty boss cap, though.
It is. It's a sweet cap. But yeah. So I got my hands on the Toe Jam and Earl 3 beta for the Dreamcast.
What the fuck, dude? That exists?
Yeah. So the game was originally being developed on the Dreamcast before, like they moved over the assets and just basically started over on on the Xbox, and was basically I was able to get this because there is essentially a link to the entire download that anybody can get. I'll see if I can throw that in the show notes too. And it's for what it is, it's pretty technically impressive, considering the Dreamcast hardware. It is really boring and fucking terrible though. Like,
Aww.
and you know what though? Like, and it's unfinished too. But like, even like I don't remember the third game like completely. But I don't remember the third game being all that terribly well. Do you remember the third game all that well, Sarah?
I never played it.
Yeah, see,
I mean, does the third one actually exist? Like, is it like
it's
outside
on
of the
Xbox.
beta for Dreamcast? Really?
Yeah, because
Why the fuck did I not ever remember that coming out?
Really? Yeah, so okay.
I don't.
So there's a bunch of Dreamcast games that were supposed to come out, and they ended up like basically when Sega became a part of like Microsoft's internal department, all the games that were planned out for the Dreamcast came to Xbox. That includes Crazy Taxi 3, Gun Valkyrie, Toe Jam and Earl 3, and Panzer Dragoon Orta. Those were supposed to be God damn it. Those were supposed to be games that were like coming to the Dreamcast, had the PlayStation 2 and sales and a culmination of a bunch of other shit not killed it. Which it's one of those rare instances because like normally when a system dies like that, you never get the chance to play those games, and the fact that they got second life on it. But I was really curious to see what it was like. And funny enough, there was an interview done like for Retro, by the way, by Chris Powell, and like that's like I was talking with Chris about it, and that's when he motivated me to go get it. I also I got my hands on like a bunch of like fucking unfinished NES games like Bioforce Ape. I was able to get, and I made a repro of that. I basically like I have been like sprawling the flea markets, me and like my partner who does a lot of the technical work, and like I've just been doing a lot of the I'll be doing like the source searching, and he'll be doing like the legwork to actually get that, and then we'll be splitting money to like order like whatever we need to actually get these like things going and playing on our systems. Excuse me, but we're like trying to basically get them onto carts so we can play them, and like I'd like to actually capture some footage. But like I got like Sunman and Bioforce Ape. I'm currently trying to get it running because I had to play it on my PC, but now I'm getting the beta to run on my Dreamcast. And yeah, it's you only get to do like two things. Like the world's really colorful. It basically looks like a giant Crash Bandicoot level. And it plays like Donkey Kong 64. So that tells you something. Like in a game, from what I remember, the third one kind of played like that anyway, because they added the third character, which was like like Loopy or Lupe or whatever. I still don't remember her name. She was like the fucking like the ghetto Chola alien.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, she's the Chola alien. She's like the fucking Venus de Milo of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. Like, she was the unnecessary addition to the fucking game.
I don't know, man. It's like kind of makes me sad they did a third one then, because I didn't know that it even existed. It's probably something I shouldn't look into, because then it might ruin my
I love
appreciation.
You to look into it, and I'd love for you to cover it. Because I think it's what's funny is I think it's even backwards compatible in the 360. It's like, again, because the 360 has just such a fucking weird list of what works on it and
what works and what doesn't. Yeah. Because was it Panic on Funkatron was like the second one on Genesis? Oh, dude, that game, love that game, so good.
The original Xbox at first, wasn't it like Barbie Horse Adventure that worked, but
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden didn't?
Yeah.
And they
But
called
Ninja
it.
Gaiden.
They just had a
I think it was,
dartboard and they threw darts at which ones would be compatible.
I think it was Dan
fuck
Shu
it.
that called out one of the producers for the original Xbox. He's like, "Oh yeah, so what about these 3 games? So this, and Ninja Gaiden." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I have huge respect for Itagaki and his team, etc." He's like, "Okay, so why doesn't it work on the Xbox?" And he's like, and then he ended up like personally going in and making sure that it was made available like that very same week. Yeah,
Oh, dude,
shit,
yeah, that
they
was a
called us.
hard-hitting interview from fucking Shu.
it
Shu-
was
Yeah, like Shu didn't fuck around, dude.
back when video games journalism was relevant.
Oh,
I'm glad that we're doing something good here. Thanks.
yeah, exactly.
Well, no, I mean the mainstream stuff. Like these days, you don't get those sorts of interviews anymore. It's all just kind of bullshit.
Access to like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know, but I don't really look to that for like information now. Like I would rather have interviews with like more of the indie side of things, you know?
Well, that's just it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I
I
should
feel like
say
that's what
back-
people want.
Back when mainstream publications were relevant and they weren't as bought out or political as they are now.
Oh, so sassy,
I know.
Sarah gives no fucks.
right?
Absolutely none.
Zeros.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and try to shoot for a fuller cast to do the select feedback because we got quite a few. We actually got a lot of food-centric ones from the last one, so I really want Gil.
Nice.
Oh no, because I think we went off. I don't remember what we talked. I think it went off from like Domino's pizza to ass to mouth.
Oh
So,
Lord, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
kind of went a little hectic, but
Got away from us pretty quick.
So that's what happens when I'm not on the show.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it gets dark.
I think it's gotten darker at times because you've been on the show though. What was the one thing? You know what? I don't even want to bring up that skeleton.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay, let's just
That's
leave
cool.
that skeleton fucking back.
Okay, wait. What are you talking about? Because my memory is a little hazy.
It's probably for the better.
Huh?
I think we've talked about some more disgusting shit on the show though.
Huh. Maybe.
I want to hold you accountable for it too. But that's only because I just know it's because of me. But like, fuck it, like
You're
you
an
did
enabler. What can I say?
it. Exactly, like fuck it, you did it. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's fucking. Oh, let's just jump into that topic. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Because we got the holidays, man. I don't know what the fuck Sarah has. Sarah has like Box Day or something. What do you wait? Yeah, before we even do that, what are you doing this week, dude? Are you just chilling?
No. Unfortunately, Canada has also adopted Black Friday, so
Oh, you
right.
I have
poor
to
man.
put up with that shit too.
That's
Dude.
bullcrap, man. Like you should be able to escape that, man. Like don't let our sins fall on you, sir. This is not your battle.
I just picture like fucking John Rambo. It's like, this is never my war.
Dude, I know, man. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm responsible somehow. I don't know why I am, but I just feel like I did this to you, you know?
But dude, like,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I think we're even for Nickelback. So, like, there's that. But
I think the world won't be
And Avril Lavigne.
won't be well until Nickelback and Avril Lavigne are kind of done. But
dude, so fucking, I guess Avril Lavigne is like dating one of the dudes from.
Nah, dude, they got married and then broke up. Like all this happened in the span of you thinking that they were together. Like they got together, they got married, then they got divorced.
within
What,
like hours, wasn't
With
it?
what, the Nickelback dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought she was with some 41 dude.
Nah, then he got like scary. He got like Crypt Keeper scary. Now, if you see a picture of him now, man, it's not good.
Dude,
Yeah, drugs, man, the drugs.
Yeah, just what happened to all the what happened to all the drug awareness commercials? There's like even the tobacco commercials. They're there aren't so many of them around anymore. I don't know, or maybe I'm just not paying attention to commercials.
What's kind of weird is that a lot of them have sprung up here. It's like the war on drugs part deux.
It's going north, man.
Yeah. Which up here we're pretty progressive about that kind of junk, but especially marijuana. Like we have government sanctioned marijuana countrywide, and yet they say marijuana hurts your brain on government websites, which is stupid. Like I don't understand it. Our government is dumb. Really dumb.
Trust me, I've seen dumber.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Like, well, I don't know. But dude, you guys got Rob Ford though.
No, was he voted back in? I wonder if he was or not.
He's like Pluto, man. I can't keep up with when he's like fucking official.
Is he here? Is he not? I don't know what's happening. What was the final verdict on that?
Pluto's a planet again.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
My childhood has been restored.
Oh man, well, good on you, Pluto.
Anyway, but yeah, just fuck, dude. I want to say Target got like I guess a lot of people like this Target employee started like a 98,000 like strong petition to like fucking just stop Black Friday. And just like basically put all the effort into Cyber Monday. Excuse me.
Yes. See that? Yes. That would be good. Not for telemarketers or people that are taking inbound calls, but for the average Joe, yeah, that's fantastic.
What was I gonna say? Fucking shit, I don't remember. God damn it. I'm trying to remember there was another business as well. I believe it was Best Buy. Everything as well, but yeah, like there are at least 17 stores though that are not opening, which is weird. Like because they were open the last couple years. I'm trying to remember the ones in particular, but like and it's funny too because Black Friday, gaming wise, like video games, there aren't very good deals this year. It's just all the deals are all hardware. It's all hardware, which is great. If you guys don't have it, get it. And like. Oh, dude, speaking of which, yeah, can we talk about that real quick before we go to the topic? Because that is a piece of news we forgot. How about fucking getting a PlayStation 4 for $90?
Damn. Like, hey, that's the thing, man.
Scam.
Like, people, like, I hate when people price match because there's going to be a way around it. Someone's going to find a loophole.
Walmart. I have no sympathy for Walmart.
No, I agree completely.
When
yeah,
they had to change. They basically had to change their price matching to where
just that specifically.
Well, it's funny because like Sears was able to get away with it, but Amazon also as well. They found a way to game the system. Some people got away with it. Excuse me, but yeah, I mean Amazon. Anybody can list something brand new for that price, and they didn't like Walmart's price matching policy. Wasn't like the nomenclature behind its verbiage. Didn't really go in the specifics of like third-party vendors, which Amazon is. I mean, it's a reseller almost. Like they sell shit, and then you can become a member of the community within its umbrella and sell shit as well. So, and then you can even convert that as money that you could just keep on the account instead of liquidating it and fucking shopping on Amazon. That's their racket. So, and considering they're one of the biggest like consumer brands in the world today. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't Walmart price match with them? Dude, I don't know if there's a specific number, but I'm pretty sure like I was able to count over 24 PS4s that like with receipt copies and all. I mean, there's 3DSs and we used from the Sears fucking fiasco that got like $60 Wii U. See, oh dude, and I was just like, this is the only time I get mad that Sarah's Canadian because I'm just like, dude. It's like right there. And I don't know if it's different up north because it's so, like I don't even know what stores you have. I don't even know if you guys have Walmart. I know you guys have like a Fry's and a like a future something, future works.
Future Shop, but it's a division of Best Buy.
Oh. See,
and we actually have Best Buy as well, so it's kind of bizarre.
It is weird. And do you guys have a Target?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is Target, but So,
Well,
and Walmart. Really, it's all American now. So Walmart, Target. We don't have Zellers anymore. That
you guys
closed
still
down.
have an EB? I think an independent EB games would be hilarious, but who knows? Fucking or Funko Land or shit.
Mhm.
Hold on. Not a Babbage's.
Dude, yeah.
A KB Toys. Do you guys still have KB Toys?
I don't think we've
Fuck.
ever had KB
Nope.
toys, to be
No,
honest.
we had one in the mall, but yeah, it closed. Some fun stories about Babbage's. That was the game store for us when I was growing up, was Babbage's. It was crazy too, because the actual store location had like old Funko Land stuff like put up. Like it was a Funko Land and then a Babbage's and then that store.
The store that shall not be named. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. That's part of the. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. That was the evolution of that. Yeah.
Jesus,
Crazy.
dude. It's like, what hasn't it eaten? It probably ate
Yeah.
KB Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys have Duncan's Toy Chest?
Wait,
Is
isn't that in Home Alone? Is that really a
I
thing?
want to see how far it would go.
See what I catch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you have like Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci?
If
like
only,
fucking
man. If only.
constantly hang out in little toy houses.
Goddamn cartoons getting set on fire, electrocuted, not dying.
Oh, dude, that movie is so dark.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? And like people think I'm a sadist for like watching Die Hard as my Christmas movie, which by the way, Die Hard is the perfect Christmas movie in my opinion.
Incorrect. Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. Okay, see, Batman Returns is like cool. It's amazing actually, but not in the context of Christmas. Die Hard is amazing in the context of Christmas.
It's a good Christmas film. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And like when people are like, well, "You're fucking stupid. How is it not like? How is it a Christmas film?" I'm like, all right, think about it. John McClane is native to New York. Okay, he hates California. He hates the whole idea of it. He has like this entire like incensed opinion over like the culture and lifestyle there, and you know, he's also a bit bitter that Holly McClane went there to start a successful new position at Nakatomi Plaza. So the only fucking reason why he went was for Christmas, to spend it with his family. Had that not been a factor at all, had like fucking Hans Gruber decided to attack Nakatomi Plaza like at Halloween or something, like, dude, Die Hard never would have happened. Like, none of that would have ever happened. And then he gets to save Christmas. He helps, like, fucking whatever, Carl Winslow.
Is it Reginald Johnson?
Yeah, Reginald Valhall Johnson. There we go.
Johnson. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
That's
he helps
so
him
strange,
get
man.
over, like... and this is Die Hard, so I'm not even throwing a spoiler. Like, you're a terrible person.
like, you should know this by now, guys.
Yeah, you should know this by now. But, like, helps him get over, like, the loss of, like, a child that he fucking, like, accidentally murdered. Like, it's Christmas all around, dude. It's a feel-good movie with, like, the death of many bad people, like, fucking used to fuel the good time. So, yeah, it's the best fucking Christmas movie. But anyway, yeah, okay, I think we can now properly just, like, mosey on over to that fucking future topic. Let's do it. Man, so speaking of which, I have never played Die Hard in the NES, but I want to. But I just completely forgot.
I
But
know.
there's-
I just like Die Hard Arcade.
Yeah, oh, I love Die Hard Arcade. Yeah, there's a fuckload, like the history of video games of Die Hard alone are fucking crazy. Like then like what's funny is they're all rare games, all of them. Did you know there's a Die Hard game on the GameCube that's like incredibly violent and fucking crazy?
GameCube. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
I
a
want to say
first-person shooter.
this, but
The Saturn one I wanted to track down. I know that's not crazy.
Well, there's
hard to
two of
get,
them. There's
but-
the trilogy, and then there's the arcade.
trilogy. Yeah.
No, I have trilogy. I don't have arcade.
isn't Die Hard Arcade based on Dynamite Deka?
Yeah, but except I think it's cooler because fucking Bruce Willis is fucking John McClane. And he's not farting a giant octopus in a submarine because fuck it. I'm Japanese. Like there's more to it. Because he's John McClane. But anyway, God, who was okay in Live Free or Die Hard? Was it Channing Tatum that was John McClane's son?
No. The guy that played the Terminator. That guy. Fucking what's his name? I don't know. Sam Worthington.
Oh,
That's
Sam
the guy's
Worthington.
name.
I can look it up.
I think it was him. I don't know, man. I didn't watch that one. I watched up until or wait, which one was the one after with a Vengeance?
That was
That was Live Free Die Hard, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. No. What's the newest one? Like, fuck.
I don't know. They have such weird names.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one with like Justin Long.
Yeah, that's okay. That's Live Free or Die Hard. Yeah, and that's
the
Justin
hacker
Long.
ass
You know,
one.
yeah.
Where like
who starts dating his daughter.
Yeah, spoiler alert. He fucking throws a car at a helicopter, and you're just like, fuck it, I'm done. Like you just say, nope, I'm done. This isn't real life anymore.
No, but dude, you made it sound like he fucking She-Hulked like a car at a helicopter.
Basically,
he used,
pretty
he
much.
used science.
He used geometry.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, if I hit this at the right angle, this car will get launched at a helicopter.
Yeah, dude.
So fuck it. That's what it goes down to. The equation is just fuck it.
Anyway, yeah. So
video games, yeah.
Yeah, especially video games that don't make sense because they're fucking broken.
Mhm.
Like, it's it's weird to me that somehow Assassin's Creed Unity has unintentionally created like what may possibly be the scariest cast of Beetlejuice 2.
Oh
I've
man,
ever
of
seen.
non-faceless people.
No, I'm sorry, Mars Attacks 2.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Just
maybe
nothing but eyes and mouths. That's it.
I love the like if you think about it as a social commentary on like Tim and Eric, then like it kind of makes sense. Just like all the NPCs floating horizontally as if they're walking throughout the streets of France. That's great. And it's Fireplace Hermit. Or how about jumping? Oh, this has been my favorite because it happens a lot. I mean, it happens a lot. You gotta love jumping off of a rooftop down to the streets, mostly, safely. Like it's like a fall enough to take damage but not kill you.
Right.
But you end up falling through the game and you land into purgatory.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of falling through
Purgatory.
levels.
That happens like throughout a lot of the world.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, it's really fucking bad. And then
I think if anything, like the problems with Unity have made it to where Rogue is like, in a lot of ways, people like in terms of like what I've seen with reviews and just just people playing both games, like Rogue's like the better game.
yeah,
It's like
what's funny is it's got
Rogue had no fucking hype whatsoever.
no promotion.
No, not at
Absolutely
all.
no.
And it's like,
People
it's
didn't
like
even know
you
it came
inadvertently
out.
made it the better game now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what's funny is like if that game was the farthest from Ubisoft's focus, like they really like they could give a shit less.
Mhm.
And yet fucking dude, I don't know, man. It's just so funny to me the way that whole thing worked. Fuck. And it doesn't even stop there. Like, it's gotten to the point where like it's become shady too. Like within just I don't know. Do you guys feel like? And maybe I'm being stupid in asking this question, or you be the judge, or optimistic, but I kind of want to err on the side of cynicism just for the sake of like being realistic. These studios, these fucking publishers, they know what they're releasing, or even they're like, what happened to the quality control? Like, because I know the holidays are a crazy, like a significantly like fucking like it's a very emphasized quarter for terms for a game to be dropped, and even like any game that basically is able to get in a release around there, especially anticipated or not, or even sneak in a release, will always see like a modicum of like potential success ratio wise versus what they would see throughout the rest of the year. And and with that being said, they want to keep up with trying to release it just in time for like the big sales days. Like, nothing's being released that I know of within the next 2 days. Everything's now like for the most part out and ready to be bought just in time for like the fucking shopping spree promotions that are going to be leading into like, the final holidays of whatever you choose to celebrate. And I man, they gotta be aware, right? Like they gotta know what they're dropping, right? Like I want to say, do you think there's like a second, like a once over after quality control looks at it? Like I just don't understand.
Well, this obviously plays into the other topic that we had, which was the annualization of video games, right?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Like to push something out every single year, but to make it bigger each time as well. It's sort of like these games are supernova-ing, but they're collapsing into black holes, right? It's kind of how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I think eventually like something's gonna have to give. I feel like it's happening because there's been a precedent. Like basically it's the same like with DLC. Like once you find out that people will tolerate something, it'll be exploited to the point where it becomes like that. That's the way things are now. Like I can't remember a time when a game came out and it just worked, like, or it was a game that you could play offline. You didn't have to be signed in or online to play it. It's
or you didn't need some huge ass update in order to
day one updates. Like, dude, like day one updates now are such a common thing. I don't even think about it. Like, I just assume if it's a major release, it's gonna have a day one update. Halo had a fucking 15 gig day one update.
Yeah, Jesus
on top
Christ.
Of,
I
of
couldn't
a
even
50
play it
gig
for like
install.
But what's funny too is like,
Insane.
okay, what's funny too is, again, and that's why like that's another thing too, and like that goes into a completely different topic, but like you can't really review like online utility to repress. No. Yeah, you can't. No. You can't do that.
Well, and like, some people did. Like some people reviewed games that came out with review copies of like the online functionality they had as reviewers before it went to like to the masses. And then once it went, like I remember Halo getting reviews, initially saying online was fine because it was just a limited group of people playing online.
I knew better because I was just like, this is gonna be SimCity. This is gonna be SimCity all over again.
And then they had to go back and like, oh shit, like wait, like we need to fix this now.
Sure enough, that's why I like my Master Chief reviews late. Just
to see what would happen. I think that's there should be separate reviews if online's going to be a component of the review. Or I think it should be like held back until the online has time to like meet this is how many people are playing on a regular basis. Like that, but it won't because it's like Sarah said with annualization of games. The publishers and the people that are putting out these games are going to want their reviews out. They're going to want these games out at a certain time.
I don't even think annualization's a big factor. I mean, I'm not taking that away, but like, excuse me. But even original games, like, I mean, okay, like Sonic Boom. Holy shit, dude! It's really bad to the point where like, and like the thing that distresses me the most, and like I can't. Like, this is what I'm trying to wrap my head around. Okay, so the people who developed developed Sonic Button, Big Red Button, they're ex-Naughty Dog developers. They fucking worked on Uncharted 2. Like what, dude? Like, I don't... Like, what is this? Like, if there are points where, like, the frame rate skipping is so jarring that if the game makes you think you blinked, and then like if you stop it in slow motion, they basically like just copy and paste the models of the character models across the screen. They hyper like they're like fucking Vanellope von Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph. Like they
Ugh.
just skip across it, and sometimes the screen goes completely black, and like as a frame, and sometimes it'll connect 2 frames like that, and then it reappears again, and everybody's there. It's really
Weird.
bad.
But wait, didn't you dig Sonic Boom at PAX?
I did not. I thought
No?
it was no. I said it played like this is how my preview was. I really like, and I still stick by this. The personality of the game is actually really cool. Like I've been watching the cartoon. It's funny. The writing's funny. I like it. In fact, I think it's a pretty cool. It should have just stayed a cartoon. Like it really should have.
So more or less, it's basically just like a.
It's cool.
It's just a licensed game, is what it is.
Yeah.
When you think of it, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. But if anything, I was just like a really weird Sonic game that doesn't feel like a Sonic game. It feels like an open world Ratchet and Clank game. And like what's funny is like the open world design of it is like a lazy Jak and Daxter. But I'm not talking about like Jak and Daxter 2 or 3 or any of the subsequent ones after that. I'm talking about like the original one where like, you know what I mean? There was like no fucking rhyme or reason to it. But that was okay. Yeah, but that was okay though, because that, you know, for its time, it was still revolutionary, and like there was still a lot of kinks to work out when it came to like expanding a game world like that.
It was like 2003, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Earlier, yeah.
That shit don't fly 11 years later. It's just, oh dude, it's a broken mess, and like Gil will have more to say about it. Like I think that's going to be the lowest game that we review this year. And like, I don't know. And like the 3DS game is definitely not all that much better. But even then, aside from that, aside from like Master Chief, like Disney Infinity 2, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking mess. I mean, you guys saw my review of that. It's sluggish.
Well, it's basically the same shit all over again.
Well, no, but it's worse. No, dude.
Yeah,
it's worse.
the game look like it just performs terribly.
It performs terribly. It looks worse. Like, I'm not kidding you, Sarah. There can be a delay of up to 5 to 7 seconds between like it recognizing new figures.
And like things popping in and stuff like that.
Things,
like
yeah, dude, there's things that pop in. Dude, did you read my review? It's really bad.
Scathing even.
It's scathing. Like
the only thing the only thing it has going for it is the properties that are associated with it. Like Skylanders is definitely a better game.
The properties that are associated with it.
I would say it's still the same shit though, right? Like you can only use Avengers characters in Avengers missions and so forth.
No, not necessarily.
No. Okay, so no. Here's what you do now. You got to get crossover coins. But you gotta get crossover coins across different levels by buying other fucking characters. So, for example, if you want to play a Spider-Man in the Avengers level, or no, I'm sorry, in the Guardians of the Galaxy level, you have to buy all the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy to then be able to use a Spider-Man figure that you already fucking own.
Okay. That's shitty.
Yeah, dude. Like,
this
you
is
guys
a new,
give me
this
all
is a
the
new
shit
feature,
about
right?
Skylanders all you want, but fucking Activision don't even do that shit.
So this is a new feature, yes? This crossover coin business?
Yes, it's new.
Oh,
it was like, notice how I was promising at first, like, you can, and then I told you how it worked.
But.
Yeah.
That's a big but.
You kind of brought up like games like that, like Disney Infinity and other games and properties. Do you feel like they just got to the point where like we know this is gonna sell? Like fuck you, this is gonna sell. Like we don't have to make it good.
Yeah,
like it's gonna sell whether it's good or not.
Dude, yes, because even the worst licensed games of the last 2 years have still sold really well. They just have and even then, excuse me, like, you know, talk all the shit you want on Nintendo first party games, and whether or not it's the same thing, they know what they're doing to the point where, like, even though they know it's going to sell just on like stature alone, they do new things with their games. And like, you know, that could be an argument between me and you, Sarah, for years to come. But like, it's still like in contrast to some of the other shit we've seen, especially sports styles like 2K15. Oh my God, Sarah, Andrew, have you been playing WWE 2K15?
Yes, I have PS4.
yeah,
It's
I bought that so that way because again, I'd like to try to get as many reviews as I can. I don't feel comfortable reviewing it.
mm,
I When the entrance starts out with like my wrestler, it was funny because I'm like, where's the wrestler? He's not walking on the ramp, and then the camera's swiveling around. I'm like, oh, okay, he's walking in midair. Okay, like that's where he is, and he's walking in midair like he's walking down the ramp, and then oh, dude. And then speaking of Beetlejuice, you want to talk about like what happens when like some of these character models don't fully render, or God, if they do render.
oh man,
Oh,
I just remember the NBA 2K15 fiasco with the camera. That's nightmare fuel for me. Did you ever see that?
I did not actually. I was
Oh shit, dude! Yeah, the NBA 2K15 on PS4 had you could use the Sony camera to like put like your face on a player.
the face recognition, the scanning.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
And I'm so sad that's not in the wrestling game. It'd be so amazing if it were.
Oh,
Hmm.
dude.
Yeah.
I, you know, dude, I can't even imagine what like the next Madden is gonna be. UFC was pretty bad. I don't understand. Like, and people want to like use I'm gonna go out there and say it's convenient. It is convenient, and here are the grounds on why I make such a bold claim. It is a convenient excuse to basically give developers the benefit of the doubt that they're still adapting and basically acclimating themselves to this new hardware. That's bullshit, okay? We've already seen like what this hardware is capable of, like much earlier in the year, mind you, from other developers and what it can do. And it's been well upwards to almost a full year now. I think it's actually like now hit the full year that these things have been like out on the market, available, like fucking for public consumption. And even though like the first year or so is going to be, somewhat rocky, the context of how you define rocky is just facilitating or getting the most out of your fucking system. And that's why, as systems grow and develop and like basically spend time out in the wild, people are able to get more intimate and familiar with the hardware and with the engine, and they're able to do magnificent things. That's how this thing works. Not like it's a year and people still can't even get the fucking game to actually function properly. Like, these are glitches and bugs that are no longer annoying or like I would say humorous exploits that can be used for speedrunning. Like, you know what I mean? And like I get it. I get that like these things can get past Q8 times, but this is egregious. It's gross at this point. And like,
And that it sort of begs the question, though: whose fault is it really?
Mm.
Is it the gamer's fault? Is it retailer's fault? Or is it the developer's fault?
it's all of us. Like, because we live like we live like on such a high demand for consumption. Like I think it's too much. There's too much to consume. My backlog.
But I feel like there is a balance that can be struck between who's at fault, and if they just decide like, okay, if they made their weakness their strength in terms of game releases. Okay, so like you said, customers and consumers want games right away. They want to play. They don't want to wait. They want to play it now. Okay, so you have that. You have developers that want to put their game out, but they want the game to be a finished product. They want it to be the best product they can offer, but they're using a limited time to get that product out. And then you have the publishers, which I think is kind of the main reason why these things happen. The publisher is demanding a game be released in a certain time frame. Regardless of whether the developers think it's ready or not, publishers want it done. They want it out, ready to sell for the holiday or whatever time frame they're shooting for. So I agree. In a sense, everyone is to blame to some degree. But why couldn't they use that to their advantage? What I'm trying to say is, why aren't we seeing more betas? Why isn't something like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed Unity, especially with the co-op multiplayer focus,
Oh yeah.
Something like Halo Master Chief Collection. Why aren't these games getting betas rolled out in advance? Some will argue that Destiny had a few betas, and honestly, I think the online for Destiny wasn't half bad. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't half bad. You know, it worked, kinda. It had some issues the first couple of weeks, but nothing I would say is as ridiculous as Halo's been the last few weeks that it's been released.
I
I just feel
mean,
like
it's
consumers would
kind
want that.
of
They would want that beta access early. It'd give them incentive to buy the game. Like, hey,
yeah.
pre-order bonus, buy the game, get into the beta. I mean, that shit works. People bought Crackdown just to get a Halo 3 beta. I
Right.
mean, it works. Like, why aren't we using this more often? That's the whole point of a beta. It's not like here's a demo or of a game that's coming out. Like, you should be stress testing this, to make sure it works right before it goes public. And they
Don't you
don't.
feel like nowadays, like the big AAA titles are feeling more and more like shovelware, though?
They've been
Like it's
like,
getting to that point that like you look at games like remember when the Wii came out within about a year, you had all those there was a publisher called Conspiracy, and they had all these fucking garbage games just flooding the shelves. Right, they were totally buggy, messed up, poor controlling, terrible games like Gingerbread Man and
Oh, God.
Kokoto Racing. And even like there was one called Crisis Force or something like that, and they were all just really poorly put together games. It's sort of like the big AAA titles are kind of going down that road, you
Just
know?
basically they assume if they throw something at the wall, eventually something will stick.
Exactly.
Yeah. To a degree, it depends on the publisher. I feel like, so I was going to bring up a point. We saw this happen last year with a game, big AAA title, and it was so ridiculously broken at launch that it turned people off to the series entirely, and that's Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, when it came out, was so bad at launch for the online, which is a huge component of the game. No one plays Battlefield for the campaign. I'm sorry. Like, that's just the way it is now. If it comes out, it's a first-person shooter. It's a multiplayer game. That's why Titanfall came out as a multiplayer-only game, because who gives a shit about the campaign? To most of the people that play these games. And it was so bad that, like, even now, they're still trying to dig themselves out. And they were going to be putting out Battlefield Hardline this holiday. And I think EA did something that is uncharacteristic of EA up until this point. They said, we're not putting it out. They basically said, we will put the game out when it's ready to be played, not when it's ready for us to want it to be out. As a publisher, like, well, we want this game to be out for holiday sales. We want it out for new systems, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, we should delay it, make sure it's right, make sure it's done well before it gets out to the public. And I feel like that's the tough call that a lot of publishers and developers need to be doing and really doing what's best for the consumer. Because, I think some people might have just written off Battlefield entirely because of what happened with Battlefield 4. Like, if you keep on trying that and putting out games that aren't working,
like,
you're eventually going to turn people off.
It's hurt
to
the
it.
momentum or any momentum that Hardline has had.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And Hardline, from all intents and purposes, from what I've seen so far, seems like it's going to be a pretty cool, change of pace for Battlefield, but ultimately just a really cool first-person shooter. But I bet you it won't do nearly as well as it could have had Battlefield 4 not had the rocky launch that it did.
I don't know. I think a lot of people, like I've heard people kind of like talking about it after having played. There was an open something or other around E3, wasn't there, for Hardline?
PS4 had open beta.
Yeah, lot of people that like really dig Battlefield as a whole are already kind of poo-pooing on it.
It is radically different. It is, because it's not military. It's cops and criminals, and it's different. But that being said, I feel like, like I said kind of earlier on when we started the topic, there was a precedent that was set that it's okay to put out a game that's not necessarily finished, as long as you can patch it or update it. People usually won't really be too upset about it. But I feel like we need to be upset about it to the point where we need to kind of make it known that this is not okay. That you can't tolerate, a game coming out and paying $60 and it not being a finished game, or, and we've talked about this before, having like DLC content on the disc, like just really shady ass shit like that. Like that's not okay. That shouldn't be happening. And I feel like we're starting to get to that point now where people are finally making it a vocal. But it can't be just the consumers making that known. Like people need to step up, like publishers, distributors, like whoever, is part of this, like someone needs to step up and say, this is not okay. And they're actually doing that now on Steam with early access games. I don't know if you've seen this. This happened like in the last week. They're basically changing the way that early access games work to the point where you can't like sell your game as early access and say, okay, well, you're paying full price for this game. Here it is in like a, hardly like playable state, but hey, whatever, you bought it, and then like never really finish it or never really make the game a complete thing. Just keep it as an early access game for a long period of time where it's not working, but hey, whatever, the guy paid their money for it, and now, it just seems like that's too much of a thing to exploit. You know what I mean? Like someone puts out a game on Steam and it's early access, quote unquote, but they never actually finish it. It just stays early access for a long period of time, but people are paying full price for it. So, why do they care? They got their money already. And like that's not cool. So, Valve's saying, okay, like we're going to change the way this works because it's not fair to the consumer. And I think there needs to be more people that are standing up and doing that, whether it's developers just saying we will not put out our game, doesn't matter what our publisher wants, like we will put it out when it's ready, or it'll never happen, but a publisher saying, okay, like this is not right, it needs to come out when it's ready. Like I feel like EA is trying to make those strides, which is so weird to say that EA is doing something like that, but I don't know. It just seems like something has to change or else we're going to keep on going down this path.
I don't know, dude. And like, what are the other releases we have yet to look forward to by the end of the year? Because like now that Smash Brothers is out,
Crew's like the only like thing other than Kingdom Hearts coming out in December, and that's kind of it for like.
That's kind of it. And like Kingdom
releases.
Hearts. Yeah. And you know what's funny about Kingdom Hearts? Like the thing that's funny to me the most, and like I'll give it to Square when it comes to that, Square Enix, and like just everything that they've done, especially with like the team, like the studios that they picked up with Crystal Dynamics. Like they lost, or like they just straight threw it away because that wasn't just something that you did. You threw it away, and if somebody came up on it, then they came up on it, and then it wasn't until like I don't know, maybe 8 years ago that developers and companies held on to their original source code. I mean, Nintendo did it weirdly enough, but even then, like a lot of the source code too is, for the most part, in older games. You can pull that fucking bad boy out too. So I mean, technology is also advanced for older games. But the point I'm trying to make is that Kingdom Hearts, like that code was just gone. That was all redeveloped. That was all redone. All those like lines you are hearing, and the voice acting, everything, that's all new. That's all like from the actors reprising their roles. So,
and yet it's still completely awful.
It's not. I don't remember.
It's bad. It is not aged gracefully, and to know that it's all completely redone, man, that's not good.
Well, they were trying to. Okay, you mean the first one though, right?
No, we're talking like the second game.
Oh, geez.
And Birth by Sleep. No, the delivery is awful. Just like in Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X's delivery was abysmal. At the time it came out, yes, compared to a lot of other games, and I mean, Audio Atrocities is a perfect place to see what I'm talking about. Voice acting was plainly awful, and it was a step up from that. But I mean, compared to what we've got today, the voice acting doesn't hold up.
I think it's just like it's a completely different demographic that would appreciate it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
To look at the revealed trailer for the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix and tell me that doesn't make you feel really embarrassed to listen to.
I don't care, dude. If I got Hatsune, like fucking no, not Hatsune. It's God, Utada Hikaru. If I got Utada Hikaru, just fucking just singing with them pipes, I don't give a shit, dude. I'll get Weeboo all over again.
Yeah, that's the only exception to what I just said, because she's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I tune out all the rest, and I just see, oh, cool, Disney, oh, cool, Final Fantasy, fight, and then it's all good.
I actually downloaded her song Hikari on iTunes like a number of years ago, so.
Dude.
So yeah, I'm on board there. The voice acting still sucks,
though. Anyway, I hopefully, like, people have taken notice, and people have definitely voiced their frustration. People have definitely, and like now we live in an age where like public forums are way more accessible than fucking writing a letter and mailing it to an address. I mean, everyone's connected, so I mean, I don't like none of these companies have like escaped any of the backlash, even like from a commercial level, from like sales and a critical level, which that's the one thing too. I think if anything, like them trying to work, that was like the last thing I want to cover is, especially that's the one thing that really pissed me off too. And I don't want to go into too much detail because I want to assume that I have better faith, but it's a really bad sign when your game like Master Chief, for example. I think when that game has a post-review embargo, I think that's a good idea. And Andrew, you can understand why I'm saying that, right? It's a very heavy online multiplayer game. In fact, we were just touching upon that. Okay.
Yeah. Unity
and Sonic Boom, by all intents and purposes, should not have a fucking post-release embargo. That is ridiculous.
I agree. I feel like
and like working the press like that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but working the press like that is like, now that I'm going back and thinking about it, does kind of influence my initial doubt whether or not that you guys knew what you were fucking releasing.
Usually when they say that, like, hey, you can't review this until after the game's released, that's usually not a good sign. Like, usually it feels like you have something to hide. You have something you're trying to cover up,
Especially at an age where midnight launches are a thing. It's basically a way to get as much out of the initial launch as possible before people actually clue in.
Yep. Get the hype out there, get the game sold, and then by the time they find out, they're none the wiser. Like, oh, well, you already bought it. Yeah, that is scary. But then again, I feel like reviews can be such a two-way street. Like, I feel like reviews can be informative. And saying this as someone that's written reviews, like and George will tell you this, I've never been technically a fan of review scores. Personally, this is just my personal feeling, because I feel like all people do in a review will scroll down to the bottom and see the score, and that's all they do. They just want to base it on a number. They don't want to look into like the pros and the cons of the game. And I feel like that's kind of what a review's meant to do. It's supposed to give you like, okay, here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like. It shouldn't be just about, here's my score. Now use this as an indicator whether or not you want to buy this game or not. Like, I feel like every game has some merit. Like, a game that might review poorly in almost every outlet might still be one of your favorite games. Like, you wouldn't know unless you have some experience with the series, or you just, something about it clicks, but you won't know until you take that chance. If we went and bought games strictly just off review scores, a lot of indie developers would have no chance. So I feel like it kind of works both ways, but it still shouldn't be the point where like you hold something away from the people. Access to like whether this game, like what's going on with this game, or what's good or what's bad. I don't think it should have to be a score, but you should at least have some idea of what you're getting yourself into if you're not sure about a purchase or not sure about a game. And to, like you said, hold off until after like the midnight releases and the day one sales and all that stuff. That just seems like they're just doing it, to be
a little shady about it. It's a little shady,
a little shady, a little greedy, just a little. I'm trying to think of the word. Dishonest.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't exactly like breed about confidence in what, like, in the confidence you have in your packet, like, or package. I just and
then like something like Rogue, like I remember when like we were talking about Rogue, like that came out and there were no review copies sent. Like, basically people had to wait until it came out and then start playing it to get reviews ready for it. Which I don't know, it's not a good sign.
Nobody got, like, no one got copies of Rogue. I mean,
Nope.
No one, like, not even like the big boys.
Nope.
And like Ubisoft, and they were really ambivalent about it. They didn't even go why.
But from what I've heard, Rogue isn't half bad. Like, I heard Rogue, from what I've heard so far, is actually kind of a decent game. It's a good bridge between 3 and 4, and it's not bad. But usually if I see a game that doesn't get sent out to reviews, for any outlet, that's usually an indicator like, oh, this is going to be bad. Like I shouldn't play this. Like it kind of puts you in a different mindset that maybe you shouldn't be in, but you assume because it didn't have any review copies sent out. So I don't know. Just a lot of dishonesty coming out of games being released. It's a shame too. I think it
kind of a bummer year for games, dude.
A little bit. This year has been pretty sad, and I think it's kind of funny. Warp Zone, location that's here in Ohio that Sarah knows about, and we kind of talk about on the show every once in a great while. They posted a picture of games like just classic stuff. They're like, hey, do you remember when games used to work? It's like, yeah, we do too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like being in the mindset of Sayre, like I can't blame them. I mean, I love some of the games that have come out this year, but I also can understand why some people would just be turned off on the whole thing entirely. We're not going in a good direction. If people can keep on assuming this is okay to do and that there shouldn't be repercussions, or that it's being disloyal to the people that support your game and support what you do, like I don't know, it makes me kind of sad. Like I wish we were just honest with each other.
I know I keep saying this, and I mean there is going to be a time where people are just not going to put up with this shit, and at that point in time we're going to see a repeat of 1983. Thing is that I'm not the only one saying it now. There are a number of big name personalities on YouTube, such as Review Tech USA, for example, that are echoing exactly what I've been saying for a while now. And I think it's just around the corner. If publishers and developers and the public and retailers don't smarten the fuck up, we're going to see what Atari did to the industry back in '83, only a whole lot worse.
Just when the bubble
it's so much more.
Finally.
Yeah, it's so much more expensive now, and there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more difficult to recover.
But dude, hey, didn't you hear? ET's like making a comeback. I mean, it's fucking. It took a while, man. It just needed some time. But anyway, yeah,
just a little time. Huh?
Just need to go underground for a little bit. See what I did there? Damn.
All right, yeah, there we go. I just needed to make sure we didn't end the show on a bummer note, dude.
No, yeah, that's super sad otherwise.
Oh fuck. Oh god damn it. All right, episode end, dude. Fucking, we're putting this bitch to bed.
Yep.
All right, so you just finished listening to Press Pause Radio, episode 91. And I hope you guys enjoy your holidays, and I want you guys to be safe.
Don't be sad, guys. We're happy. Man.
Yeah, we love video games. And if you go out and buy these like fucking broken video games that we've been complaining about for the last hour, just be sure you're gonna be safe when doing it. Just like it. Oh god damn it! I can't stress enough that I don't really see a whole lot of like. I don't see a whole lot of value out of the savings this year, but if you find any, just make sure you're being like safe as a consumer and as a human being.
Be nice to each other, yeah. Agreed.
Well, yeah, and then if you like the show, if you do like the show, you gotta subscribe to iTunes and get more of it. We're also on Stitcher. This week is gonna be our debut week on SoundCloud. I'm been spending all this time trying to build our profile together, and if you can hear me, I haven't slept. I've been working nonstop between Retro Magazine and also trying to get some content for 148 apps that I have been lagging on, and I started new work. So needless to say, I've been working myself a bit dry, but I will assure you that we'll get that out. We have a press pause video in the works. Hopefully we can get out before the holidays as well. I'm sorry, before Thanksgiving. I can't guarantee that. This is definitely, as you listen to this, you'll be listening to this fucking within before Thanksgiving. I can guarantee that. And you can also find us already on Scatter Radio, as well as I want to say that we're also going to be on Last FM soon, because the one thing I was going to announce. We're also going to publish podcasts from here on out. I'm still considering whether or not we should publish all the older podcasts, but all of our podcasts will have their own feed and their own playlist on our YouTube, which you guys can go to at www.youtube.com/the PPR and you guys can not only watch our plays there. We're thinking of new shows. We got a super play in the works for Persona 4 Golden that's in there. Bunch of plays, and then Press Pause Video. We're gonna be talking about wrestling video games.
Yay!
Yeah,
Wrestling
dude.
games.
Oh, dude,
Wrestling
yeah.
games.
And like, it's fucking good right now to be a wrestling fan. I don't know. We haven't seen Monday. I haven't seen Monday Night yet.
Yeah.
But shit. But when the fact that I got to see Sting doing something like with the WWE, with WWF, like that alone is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to get Mean Gene and all the other fucking, like, everybody else. Everybody else is still alive.
Yeah,
And I
bring them
want
all
them.
back.
Bring them all back. Like, just come on. The fun, it never ends. But, yeah, so we're going to go into a lot of detail about that. See what we got going on. We've all been very busy between children, new jobs, and the school season. Emma should have Friday Night at Freddy 2, which I don't even know how we convinced her to fucking review the second one, but she did. But she did. She's going to have that one out. Sarah's going to be covering Geometry Wars 3.
Yeah.
I got a fuck ass load of games. And then Gil's working on Sonic Boom. And then
Didn't you say you also wanted me to do like How to Full Boyfriend or something?
oh yeah, I still got fuck.
It's going to the Sony platforms. I saw.
Yeah, but I gotta get him on. I gotta get How to Full Boyfriend for him on Steam. So yeah, dude, I forgot. I have that waiting for you, buddy. I can't. I'm excited.
Hoorah. Between that and the new Cherry Tree High game that New Media published recently, they sent me a link for that. So.
Oh, dude, see that kind of segues into something we told around about, but we're launching another video series. We're still doing flashbang, which we haven't done in a while, but like on top of flashbang, what we also have to do is we're calling it foreplay, and that's gonna be like super play, where you're gonna watch us play some dating sim games.
Oh,
So-
Lord.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, so Foreplay will be hitting the Press Pause Radio YouTube, which you can subscribe to at presspauseradio.com/YouTube. Also follow us on Twitch. We're going to be streaming. I'm going to be streaming some video games, and then Andrew, he depending on what he feels like doing on his PS4, and you guys can hang out and watch and chat with us there. And that's at twitch.com/presspauseradio. You can also just follow us there if you haven't already followed us. And finally, we do have a Steam group, so you can basically get in and check out what we've been curating lately, and basically talk to us there. And follow us on Twitter and fan us on Facebook as well, and Instagram. Our Instagram's been kind of slow, but our content's been kind of slow because real life has really been kicking us in the balls. But we'll definitely been keeping up, man. Or we're gonna catch up, and then. We've definitely got some guests in the works, and the Golden Zonkies are on the corner. So you guys, the Golden Zonkies are going to be special, real special this time around. Because I got a fucking trophy. I got a physical trophy that we're going to get, like, emblemized and ready. And, like, I've already showed the guys. It's a basic-ass trophy right now, but it's going to that's going to shine and gleam by the time.
Pour champagne into it, like I said, so they can drink it. Like a chalice. Do a victory lap.
Chugs one on behalf of whoever wins. Just fucking sit down. And then, yeah, Sarah, you were talking about earlier. Please elaborate what's fucking new down the line for Burrito Hemeru.
Well, Bullet Heaven is now in its 6th series, and we've already got 2 episodes under our belt for the new series this year. We have, of course, our 5-episode block that we were talking about earlier, but we've got a lot more coming as well. Again, Geometry Wars 3 is going to be launching, well, as of this recording, tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty quick. But I've got another episode that we were actually getting footage for today that should be out by the end of this week. And then Geometry Wars soon thereafter. Beyond that, we just got a lot of stuff that we're looking for the worst games as well. So we have quite a few worstest nominees. So if by chance you're watching an episode and all of a sudden the info screen goes haywire, it's because it's possibly one of the worst games that I've ever played, and it's a heads up that the review is going to get pretty ugly. Beyond that, though,
dude, but Trevor McFur, we still
it's
have to do
happening.
Trevor McFur.
It will. It's going to happen this year. It will. But yeah, aside from that, I'm broke. And one thing that would really help with all of my productions is if you were to head over to smpmusicproductions.bandcamp.com and take a look at my musical wares. They are cheap, they are good, and they make great gifts. You can even send them as a gift to any email or any friend. And yeah, it doesn't cost you much to do. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic.
It's
Please,
super
thank
smart to do. And also, it's cool because if you buy them, you can download the Bandcamp app and play it anywhere you go. Go mobile with it, take it with you. It's the soundtrack to your life. You should be downloading all these albums. And I say that as a fan, and just, it's great music. Like, it's really, really good stuff. And I think if you don't have it yet, you're really missing out.
You're stupid. No, just say it flat
You're
out.
super dumb if you don't buy it.
Stupid.
I don't know if we should insult people in a sales pitch, really, should we?
Toast
I don't
tested,
think we've done it
Georgia
before.
approved.
Maybe I like.
Well, you see, I threatened to publish my really crappy music from like early 2000.
But dude, I
don't
heard
play my
those.
good
Like,
stuff.
even-
I'm gonna
even
keep my
that's
really
kinda
crappy
dope.
stuff.
Even that's pretty dope, though.
No, it's not. It's
Dude,
not
I was into it, man. Get that MTV Music Generator stuff in there.
nah.
Dude,
Legit.
I'm with him
I
on
could be
that.
charged with crimes against humanity if I did that.
Lord.
I'm pretty sure we can go a couple rounds if we were to compare that little fucking lofty list of offenses. But anyway, yeah, this is Georgia Boy's Axe, and why am I always fucking sick this time of year?
Always sick. Toast, and I'm gonna be getting up in a couple hours, so better get the coffee ready.
And this is the original Sarah wishing to God that he had a new stove.
Oh shit, I forgot about that, dude. I'm sorry. Our life sucks right now, you guys.
Real life, dude. Real life sucks. Can we get a patch for our lives?